Yeah, dude, I was so happy to watch it again. Well, how was your week off?
Pretty good. I got a recliner for the first time in my entire life, so that's something. I've joined that part of the world, and
You bought
now
one?
No. Well, I was like planning on getting one for my birthday. Then I'm like, fuck it. Let me go look on like Buy Nothing, like real quick. Which I don't know if you've ever heard of Buy Nothing.
No. No, I
It's
haven't.
like it's a Facebook marketplace kind of thing, but it's literally people. It's like I have this thing. It's a safer Craigslist. It's Craigslist with less blowjobs.
No.
I don't know if it's zero blowjobs.
I don't know if that's a selling point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the chance of me getting stabbed feels like significantly less here, but yeah, basically like I just went online looking like, well, like maybe because like there's ones that were okay, but like I'm fucking 6'4", so an okay
Right.
one is gonna be like here on me, and I'm like, my neck has never been supported in my entire life. Like I just like pretty much since I've been a kid. But
That's what you get for being tall.
yeah, that and back problems. But I was just going online, and oh, my cat got out. Hey, sweetie, thank you for coming back in.
I didn't even know you had a cat.
Oh, I have many cats. Come here, she.
All right, well, welcome back to Flick Fights. We're sorry we missed the last episode, but life happens, and you guys don't pay my bills yet, so
No.
here we are. This week we're doing Inception versus Tenet, and I'm just gonna tell you right out of the gates, Nick is gonna be going along the plots here because probably the 7th time I've seen Tenet and I still don't fucking get it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a loose grasp on it, but before we start, do you have your totem?
Oh yeah, here's mine. You see the sweet D6 Keeson got me?
Nice.
But yeah, man,
Oh,
I mean,
God.
even this time around, I vaguely understand the concept of, moving backwards in
Yeah.
time, but, like, there's
No.
so much of the plot that they're just like, and then here's a thing.
I feel bad because I feel like whoever storyboarded this movie must be like locked up in an insane asylum at this point, because to get the things to there's parts where I'm like, I kind of understand what's going on, but at the end of the day, like the last fight scene, I'm just like, neat, turn brain off and enjoy. I can't
Exactly. Every time I try to, like, really process fighting backwards, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
Yeah,
It looks cool. I will give it that, but Jesus Christ.
yeah. There's a lot of heavy lifting done by that first part of like it's instinct. I'm like, okay, cool. I guess that's how we explain it.
Right. Yeah, they get that out of the way real quick. They're like, don't think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I did wear my most convoluted shirt in honor of this because you're God.
I wore this for Christopher Nolan.
Nice.
Batman.
Yeah, no. Like Tenet feels like if Inception is a perfect amount of spicy, Tenet is like, okay, let's see how spicy we can make this shit and still be edible.
They really towed that line. I think this was Christopher Nolan pretty much found his limit with Tenet of how much he can confuse people before they just completely fucking give up.
Yeah, because it's once you start like, I can understand Inception because it's just like layers within layers and time dilation, all that shit makes sense and done before. But yeah, once we're like, entropy is reversed, I'm just like,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Well, and even Inception, there's certain parts even this time that I was a tad confused with, like, what like once they started going to multiple levels. I understand the concept of the multiple levels, but I'm like a little confused about why they're doing it and where, like, who's it. There's parts of it we'll get into that I just didn't quite get.
But basically, with Inception, his shit goes horribly off the rails, and Cobb starts doing all the things that he's told people not to do this entire time. But
Yeah. Yeah. Right out of the gates, he's like the most unstable leader.
yeah, but yeah. Let's start where we have some stable ground, and we can start treading into the insanity that is Tenet. Um, yeah.
But remember to like and subscribe, everybody. Share the video. Make sure you share it. I'm sure everybody has a friend that they have similar discussions like this too. So share it to your friends. Talk about which one of us you disagree with, which one of us you agree with. Tell us how dumb we are. And yeah, we're up to 260 subscribers. So we really appreciate it, guys. Keep it going. We're trying to get to 500 by the end of next month.
Yeah, do 500, and Nick will do a stupid dance. How about that? There we go.
Yes, please. With his, what is that thing called? Didgeridoo.
Yes, I will do. I will do a didgeridoo dance. There we go. 500 subscribers. Got to start whoring myself out early. OnlyFans is next.
Dive into Inception?
Yeah. Oh, let me see. I got my notes set up here because, dear God, I'm going to need notes on this one. Here we go.
Yes. That was probably a 2.5 hour movie takes almost 4 hours when you're pausing to write stuff down.
Yeah. Well, beyond that, too, I have a roommate who I've said before has bladder the size of a walnut, so.
You know, someday you keep mentioning this person, people are going to want to meet this roommate on the show.
Yeah, no, they're not ready for her. The world is not ready. We have to have containments and limits on this person, but maybe someday. Starts off cold open with, I think.
You want to do the vitals first? Sorry.
Oh yeah, vital shits. It's been a
minute.
while.
We're
Sorry,
rusty.
I'm out of practice. Okay, hold on. Let me get to the vitals. For Inception, the budget was 160 million, box office 292, almost doubled. Box office worldwide, oh, that was domestic, but worldwide is 837 to 839 million. Runtime of 140. Yeah, I mean, it's a big, good movie. Like, it still holds up after like 15 years. Have runtime of 148 minutes, IMDb score of 8.8. Rotten Tomatoes is 87% for critics and 91% for audience. Director Christopher Nolan, which is a theme for the evening. Yeah, and yeah, we'll get back to the other stats since we talk about Tenet, because I still need to brace myself for that one. Yeah, I think it starts off kind of a cold open with his kids, right? Like that's
Cold open. I think there's like a snippet of his kids, and then he's on the beach.
yeah,
Wakes up on the beach.
Yeah, wait, yeah, like there's like so it's like his kids kind of blurry in the distance. He wakes up on the beach, and it looks like some like insanely fortified Japanese compound. Armed guards drag him deeper into it. He gets put in front of this very old Japanese man, and says basically he had two things. He has a gun, and he had this. And
Did you 3D print that?
I did.
That's
I did
amazing.
3D print this.
I love that. Is it metal? Can you 3D print metal?
No, I got a really good paint.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, go see our D&D podcast, because, that's my other side, my passion. Roll for DM. Plug. But anyways, he starts spitting at the table and basically says, like, let me start telling you a story. And that story spins off into our main plot, which is the old guy is a young man. And he's being abducted, I think, at this point, right?
Yeah, so I think the next thing they go in there, you go into his dream. You don't know you're in the dream yet, but you're in Saito's dream. They're like at like a party in clearly Japan. Also, by the way, I love this actor, Ken Watanabe, that played Saito. But I like that we're in 2025, and especially once I know who the actor is, they still can't do old people makeup like super well to me.
Well, I think it's part of it is like it's always good enough for the definition at the time, but once we get like the 4K re-release, it's like, oh yeah, I can see the seam, like where the jowls come and meet his face, and the glue on his eyelids to make it droopy. Yeah,
they just gave him extra bushy, like hang over his eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, the entire effect has to be effective for like 30 seconds before we cut back to... So, it's not that big of a deal breaker. But yeah, we're at a party. Cobb is trying to like kind of get close to this Japanese guy who we know is Saito, and he's trying to like extract some information from him somehow.
Yeah, they're trying to convince him they're dream security, and like...
Yeah.
And you see a random blonde woman, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is like, what's she doing here? And he's like, never mind.
Yep. And they try to basically trick him into like giving us some information, but he's able to hold a little bit back in his mind. He realizes the whole thing's a dream, and they wake up and they're all in this like apartment in like Singapore or something. It's kind of unclear. Like, this whole movie is unclear when and where things take place, because I think that's intentionally kind of trying to fuck with the audience. But, like, there's a riot going on outside, and they're all hooked up to, like, this weird machine via IV, which doesn't really get explained that well. Just be like, it's a thing, the military made it, it's for combat
At a
training.
certain point, I was looking to see if it's, like, actually inserted into their skin or if they just, like, hold it or something.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, it's, like, going up a sleeve, so you don't really see what it does, but...
No, for the amount of, like, gunplay in this movie, this is a very bloodless movie that I noticed, like, this time going through it. But,
I would have loved a little 10-second aside, though, to explain how the machine works.
Yeah, because, like, literally, it's like the entire justification for it is it was a machine that was made by the military to train people for like, kill scenarios. Like, you can be shot, you can be stabbed, you can be blown up, and then you can just wake up and then try again. And, that comes later. But, they all wake up in this apartment, and it's the Japanese guy, Sato's apartment, and he pulls out a gun at everyone. They get the drop on him, they kind of push his face to the floor, and he realizes, like, oh shit, I'm in another dream. Like, they completely fucking fooled me. Like, they got me in the first one, the second one they fucking tricked me. And,
because the carpet wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I would never notice.
Nah.
I don't spend that much time on my carpet.
Well, apparently he did, because that was, like, his mistress's apartment. So
yeah, you, like, own an apartment to cheat in.
Yeah. So, you know, if it's a cheating apartment, we probably spent a good bit of time on that carpet.
He must be a real freak if his face is in the carpet that much.
Yeah. It's like his cheeks on the, like, his ass is in the air and his cheeks on the floor. It's like, wait a minute. This is a familiar position. This is not right. And, it turns out this whole thing was like a audition because, like, they think they fucked up again, basically, and then they wake up from the, like, Mistress Apartment dream into the real world, and they're on, like, a bullet train in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, yet again, it's like, you know, apparently you can dream the machine within the dream, and the machine in the dream works the same way as the real world machine, so you can just go down layers. But, they're all, like, yelling at this kid. It's like, he's like, sorry, I fucked up. Like, I'm like,
you fucked up the carpet. That's your whole fucking job.
Yeah, and then, like, they're like, okay, he's like, I'm getting off the train. It's like, they're not going to search every compartment. Then I caught a line I never caught before. He's like, I don't like trains. But it's like, all right. And, And, like you said, so the whole thing, turns out that it was Sato's, like, trial for them if they were good enough at, like, dream heisting, which is apparently just, like, a known thing. Like, multiple people know about dream heisting in this world.
Yeah, I don't, they never really come back to this either to explain, like, and there's so many fan theories about this movie because of how it ends, but who...
I have an opinion, but yes.
Who sends, like, how does he set them up on this? It never goes into that, like, how he finds them, how he, it never really goes into any history before that. And, we'll get to at the end, there's a whole fan theory about how this movie begins that leads to some fan theories about what the ending actually means, but...
Yeah. But yeah, based on some clues they've given us and some interviews I've seen, I have a pretty final answer on what I think happened in the movie, but we'll get there.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently Sato's like, I don't want you to take something out of a dream, I want you to put something in, which we come to the title of the movie, Inception, which is forcibly planting an idea or a thought in someone's head in such a way that they don't realize it came from the outside, which is fucking terrifying.
That's amazing, yeah. The entire concept of that is horrific.
Yeah, it's just like highlighting a part of your brain that was already there. It's just like, it's not adding anything, it's just, you know, a little nudge in this direction of a thing you might already do. But, yeah.
Low-key convinced that actually exists, and that's why the world is the way it is right now, but...
Yep. Well, let's not get into whole MK Ultra and all that stuff that actually is real, that caused the Unabomber and all those things. It's we're gonna keep our nice little sheep head down and not get them cut off. Basically he says, like, okay, I can do what you're talking about, but I need a new architect because the architect that they went with, like, betrayed him to Sato. Like,
yeah, he's got him, like, in the helicopter with him, and he's like, I brought him for you to kill him. He's like, we don't do that. He's like, well, I'm gonna.
Yeah. And basically there's, like, the Batman, like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't also have to save you, because there's, like, this, I guess, like, the background plot of this movie is there's this business called like Cobalt International, I think is what they're called.
Right.
And like there's like they're like a like a conglomerate, like they sell electricity and all that shit. And if this merger happens, they'll basically have a monopoly on all the world's power. And they're trying to stop that. Well, Saito's trying to stop it because he sells energy too, and he's just like, I'm also a greedy businessman and don't want this to happen. So it's not exactly a hugely moral struggle going on here. It's just like one fucking billionaire like shafting another slightly bigger billionaire.
Yeah, again, pretty close to reality.
Yeah. And yeah. And basically says like, yeah, okay, I won't kill him, but fucking Cobalt's definitely gonna kill him when they find him.
Right.
And we never see that guy again. So, yeah. And he says like, okay, well I need a new one of those guys. And then we get Michael Caine.
Go find one more piece of the rest of the Nolan cast that he puts in every movie.
Yep. Oh, we'll come back to Michael Caine later tonight. And he's basically like, you want my best student? No. Well, actually, all right. And like it's like literally that fucking like quick of a turnaround. And yeah, he introduces him to Ellen, now Elliot Page, I believe, but then Ellen Page. And she's apparently his best like architectural student. He kind of gives, I think I'm not doing this. Yeah, no, I'm not doing this in order.
No, you're in order. He has to like draw a maze. He's like, draw a maze in under 2 minutes, or draw a maze in under a minute that takes me 2 minutes to solve.
Yeah,
and
she like it's like grid paper at first, then like he solves it in a second, then she goes in the back and makes a circular loopy maze. And
it's pretty funny how she like barely tries the first few times. It's just a basic ass square maze. And he's like, nope, and then she's like, okay, fine. Like, Jesus Christ, why didn't you start there?
Yep. And and basically as he takes her into the dream, we start learning rules about the world. And I think this is also where it's implied. Oh no! It's when he's talking to Michael Caine. Like Michael Caine asks him, "Why can't you do this yourself?" And basically, and the reason why he knows Michael Caine is his wife's ex-wife's husband, or no, ex-wife's father. Yeah, I get that right.
Oh, okay. I thought it was his dad. That actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, no, it was her dad. It's his father-in-law.
Yeah, he brings him gifts and says, "Take this when you see the kids."
Yeah. Because they would still have contact with him and stuff. Because we'll get into that because the plot hasn't got there yet. But where was I going here? Michael Caine, get best student. Oh yeah, and during that conversation, Michael Caine's like, why can't you just build it? Like you're the fucking best at this. And he's like, well, Maul won't let me. And he's just like, oh. Okay, which, we find out later, like, Maul is his wife, and that's kind of a line.
I didn't even fucking pick up on that part. Like, that didn't register with me as important at all. That makes sense completely.
That's why he can't do any of these building himself, because Maul will know.
Will fuck him up, yeah.
Yeah, well, because if Maul knows the layout of the maze, then she's just going to fucking walk right to the front, because she's part of his mind. So he needs, like, this third party to do it for him, which is,
Damn it, this is one of those fucking movies you gotta watch, like, 30 times.
Oh yeah, no, this is, like, probably my 5th time watching it, and I still caught new things this time. It's a fucking layered movie, both metaphorically and literally.
God damn.
Yeah, and then, he basically says, like, one last job, and, like, that always fucking goes well.
One of my favorite movie tropes is the one last job.
Yeah, and I think that's when, we start getting the rules. The dream was military training. He starts showing Ellen Page, like, how to manipulate the world, and she starts, like, bending things and, like, warping
things. Which is one of the most iconic scenes ever, when the world folds in half on itself.
Still holds up today. Cool. Looks really good. And then she starts, like, making, like, real-world places, and Leonardo DiCaprio's like, hey, don't do that. And she's like, why? It's like, well, if you do that, you can kind of get lost from dreams and reality. And he's like, that's kind of interesting. And then I think that's when, like, jump scare from Maul, like, fucking...
Yeah, he's like, all the people around them start, like, glaring at her. And he's like, that's my subconscious, paying attention to you. Like, you don't want the subconscious noticing you. He's like, tell him to chill out. He's like, can't, it's my subconscious.
Yeah, because, like, basically the more you fuck with things, the more that the mind realizes there's a foreign entity there, and then it tries to, like, push them out as some kind of natural response by killing you, because if you die in the dream, you wake up. And Yeah, and I think that's the first time we witness. Oh no, we do see people get shot in the initial scene, and like kind of wake up. But Leonardo DiCaprio's or Cobb's wife just comes out of fucking nowhere and just like jump scare fucking stabs Ellen Page right in the fucking chest, and she wakes up and. Oh no! I think the first one actually is when the city starts exploding in their very first conversation in there. That's when she.
But yeah, that was cool too.
Yeah, that's because the very first thing is they're just having a conversation in like a cafe somewhere, and like she's unaware.
Once
of
she
the dream
realizes it's a dream, it all starts just
detonating. Yeah, which a lot of it was I heard like actual like practical effects, like they actually.
I was
gonna
say
cameras
like
and explosions.
It looked so cool, and the way everything explodes and then hovers in air, like. That was really, really cool. And there had to be some bit of practical effect there because it looked too good.
Yeah, because even like when like Leo gets hit and they get hit by it, you see like their hair move and like dust and shit moves past him. But yeah, basically it's like you can die and it won't kill you, but it also fucking hurts still. So it's just like don't let that happen. But then it goes into the more explanation heavy stuff of it, and I think then it cuts to the scene. He says we need a forger. Which then we go find Mr. British Man, which is...
One more person in the Nolan cast. We got Alfred, now we got Bane.
Yes, we have... yes, Tom Hardy.
Was this movie before or after Dark Knight?
It's gotta be before, I think.
What year was it? Why is that on in my fucking... God damn it. My table's supposed to include that stuff.
Ooh, you gotta do fucking Mad Max
2010. I think that was around like the same time. Dark Knight was 2009, right?
I think so. God, it's all
2008. Yep. Came out in 2008, so that's probably why he got the budget to make this. Because Dark Knight was so insanely successful.
It's like, okay, you just made us more money than God. Go make your little weird fucking dream movie.
Yeah, my God, what did he gross? Like $2 billion in 5 years?
And that's not even counting things like fucking spin-offs and merchandise and fucking all that back-end shit. Yeah, no, it's insane. We will never know the number.
He must be so rich.
Oh, like at that point where like money no longer matters. It's just like accumulation of power.
Well, and I gotta say, he's one of those directors that I'm glad he's so successful because he makes really good movies. Like he actually tries.
No, he definitely makes your brain stretch a little bit when he makes a movie, which is not usual. Like,
he was like, for every superhero movie I make, I have to make 2 fuck you acid movies.
Yeah, he's very Kubrickian in a weird way, like kind of like just like very very cerebral, and kind of leaves think about the shot that he just made and shit. But so we get Tom Hardy in there, and while they're like talking in like Morocco or something, yet again, all vague. It's like globe-trotting. They never explain how they get from point A to point B, which yet also kind of goes into one of the "it's all a dream" theories, where it's just like, and we're in Morocco now.
All very intentionally vague.
Yep. And then we get a really cool chase scene where, like, basically he says, like, okay, we're going to run and then we're going to be back here in 30 minutes. It's like, why? It's like, they'll never fucking look back here, which is really smart. And the forger is someone, I guess, who can, like, turn into other people in a dream. He can, like, use, like, another person's impression of someone to become them.
Yeah, he almost, like, gave me kind of mentalist vibes, the way he, like, gets inside the people. Because not only is he, like, disguising himself and disguising other things, he's, like, goes and spends time with people in their real life and picks up on all their weaknesses, like, low-key psychiatrist-level skills.
Yeah, he'll break down a person to, like, a mathematical level and then, like, recreate that, like, in the dream.
Yeah, really, all this happens and works because of this guy. And he's the only one that Leo talks to where he's like, I want to do an Inception, and I know it's possible. He's like, oh, I know it's possible.
Yeah, no, honestly, if Leo had maybe just stayed the fuck out, like, just, like, babysat everyone in the real world, this might have all gone, like, so fucking smoothly. Well, I guess there's a couple things that go weird, but it would have gone smooth.
Most of, like, the breakthrough moments where they're like, oh, I got it, let's do this. None of it's him.
No. Yeah, and then I guess the whole thing they're trying to do is there's this kid who's like the son of the CEO of Cobalt International who's like dying currently.
Yeah, Scarecrow.
Or just died. Yes, the Scarecrow. I always forget his name, but it's like Scarecrow, red-eyed. He's this creepy looking.
Oh, it's Cillian Murphy. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Killian. It's like he looks like his name is Killian. But yeah, they're trying to incept the idea into him that I need to break up my father's company because that's what he would have wanted, like to me to make my own empire, not to follow in his footsteps. Problem is, like, Dad fucking hates this kid,
Right.
like to like Ebenezer Scroogean level of just like bah humbug, you piece of like literally uses his dying breath to say like disappointment. like, how do we fix that fucking relationship? I don't know, man.
And Tom Hardy figures it out pretty quickly how to do that.
Yeah.
That's why I love his character in this movie a lot. But also, I love how well they make you lose sight of the fact that the entire purpose of this plot is to help a billionaire be richer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is like no greater noble purpose to this. It's just to take one billionaire's empire and break it up so this other billionaire can succeed. And I guess we like this billionaire because Ken Watanabe and he's a likable motherfucker. But at the end of the day, it's like he was like, it's like, hey, you want to kill this guy? No, all right, you can die out there.
Leo's whole motivation is getting back to his family, but like, what is everyone else's motivation here?
Money, I guess. Like this all seems very expensive.
Are they getting paid? Like that never seems to come up. Does he say how much money?
I don't know if he ever says like it's like enough like. Well, I guess for him, it's like his payment is when all this is done, like because they're doing this on a plane. When he lands in the U.S., he won't immediately be arrested for things we'll get into later.
Right.
But like, yeah, there's got to be like an insane financial incentive in this because like. You can like wipe your fucking brain like if you fuck this up. This isn't like a no risk thing.
Yeah, they get into a lot. They, establish that you die and everything's fine, and then pretty quickly take all that away. Like not only could you die, but you could go to eternal hell for a while.
Basically, like if you die in like the top level of the dream and then wake up, you're fine. Like that's completely safe. But if you start, like, layering shit and you die in this level...
Well, because they were sedated. It was, like, the heavy sedation. They were like, if it happens because of this sedation, we're fucked.
Yeah, because, like, at the level they're at, like, the bottom level, it's, like, a second is, like, 10 hours or some shit like that. So, like, yeah, since you're sedated and you're stuck in this bottom level, you'll be in fucking this, like, limbo for, like, hundreds of thousands of years. And we'll get to it, but... you gotta digest this movie as it happens, because if you try to get ahead of yourself, you're gonna fucking trip over things. And I don't even know how we're gonna talk about Tenet at this point, because they're like, okay, and here's the point: the movie reverses. And
yeah, I don't fucking know, bro. It's gonna be brutal.
Need a forger. That's when they explained the reason why the architect needs to make mazes is because the subconscious will like kill anything not supposed to be there. So you just make the whole world like basically like a three-dimensional, like reversing into that self-optical illusion puzzle, and just so things get stuck in loops and things have to get convoluted paths around to get to like the main point.
Right.
And
then they get their sedative guy, the chemist Yusuf.
Yep. Who is running like a dream opium den, which like I can totally understand that and get behind it.
Who plays Yusuf? Was it Wong?
No, it wasn't Wong. It was, forget his name.
Because I like that guy. Dilip Rao.
Would not have guessed that.
No, me either. He's one of those guys I see like this in a bunch of random movies and but never know his name.
He's one of like, oh, that guy.
And he's got like a whole room full of old people come to take this sedative and go into their dream levels to essentially extend their lives because time moves slower when they're in there. So they'll come and spend 4 hours a day there, but really it's like weeks or whatever, like a couple months.
In a dream where their bodies are like healthy, and it's like, fuck, let's just give this to fucking like old dying people. Shit.
That'd be sick, dude. Like, once you see the practicality in that level, like that would be amazing. Like you only have 2 years left to live, but shit, you could make that 2 years centuries.
Yeah, and fuck beyond that, like you can go jack into the dream apparently. Like you can go hang out with grandpa for fucking like, a couple of weeks, then just have someone wake you up in 15 minutes and you just say goodbye and fucking have the last fishing trip and shit. Yeah.
No, the not military and the not espionage practices for this are amazing, but it doesn't seem like this is clearly an underground thing that's happening. And I was like, I feel like they would have been selling this shit. Like there would be some multi-billion-dollar conglomeration where like they take advantage of people and let them do that.
Or even think about like therapy, like being able to like confront your abuser in like a safe space and shit like that. Like, you know, all this crazy shit. Like,
Right.
but yeah, no, it's we're just gonna use it to steal things and kill people, which is that's the government. I mean, it makes sense. So then we get like a little weird interim scene at one point where Ellen Page's character finds Leo like knocked out and doing a dream thing by himself. So she's like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna go snooping in his brain because that's
Yeah, which was a little fucked up.
yeah." Like, I mean, I guess that's what they're doing here. So it's just kind of like. It's wrong to do this, then is it wrong to do this when I'm doing it with people that I know? It's just better to do it to people I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's like looking at somebody's browser history. What if what if his whole thing of going into the dream world was to bang? Like,
Yeah.
she goes in there and it's just a massive orgy of him and 30 versions of himself.
It's the most like debauched shit you've seen ever. No, but it's worse than that. We get his trauma museum.
Yeah,
where, basically, it's just symbolized by this elevator that's going down. He sells like symbolic shit, like a train going by, and like a fucked up like room, and his kids, and like all this shit. And he gets down to the bottom level, and Mal's there, and like she just goes full fucking psycho on her immediately. Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And Leo comes and saves her, and basically like leaves the memory of his wife.
Well, first
trapped
she
there.
runs back to the elevator before he can stop her to go down to the lowest level. So not only did she hijack his dream, but while she's in there, she's like, "I'm gonna go look at the shit you told me you didn't want me to."
Yeah, that's why the first one, basement. Yeah, this goes to like it's like this fucked up, like really nice hotel room, and his like wife's there, and like basically she's like saying like, "You said you'd stay with me," and he's like, "I'm sorry," like, and it's just fucking like disturbing. And then she goes back to his friends, and all the people's like, "Y'all know how fucked up Cobb is?" Like. They're like, yeah, kinda. Like, what are we doing?
Even Joseph Gordon-Levitt says, so you've picked up on the fact that he does all the things he tells you not to.
Yep. Oh, yeah, which is another thing, too, at this point. His totem, because, also this is where I think we get totems explained, too, where every person has, like, some little trinket on them.
Yeah.
To ground themselves in reality. It's like a thing that only behaves a certain way, and if the dream, it behaves differently, then you're in a dream. Like,
and his is hands down the coolest.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's also not his. Did you catch that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's I didn't catch it this time. His totem is his wife's totem, which completely negates the point of a totem because we're told that it should be only personal to you and no one else should know it.
Yep, like Tom Hardy's is I think it's Tom Hardy's is a loaded dice.
Yeah.
That only he knows how it works, and they're like, you can't let anybody touch it because they could fuck with it or whatever. Yeah. What was hers? Do you remember what hers ends up being?
It's like a chess piece that she like tips over and I guess falls a certain way, like when you knock it over. Yeah, no, but I did figure out what his totem is. Did you catch it?
Is it his ring?
Yeah, it's his wedding ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's on, he's in the dream. If it's off, he's not. At least that's what the movie tells us, but it could be a lie.
Right.
Anyways, but yeah, so his totem is that little top, which he uses, which the whole thing is if it keeps spinning, he's in the dream. If it wobbles and falls, he's in the real world. And I think that's when we kind of like start jumping to the heist, where Cillian Murphy is... so they're all going on a plane from like Europe to America, and basically they have that period of time to incept him. So the only way they can do that and have enough time is go like several layers deep of dream. So they have enough time to like get this thought into his head if I want to split up my father's company.
And Sato insists on being part of it. And they're like, we don't want any tourists. And then he's like, I'm fucking doing it. And they're like, okay.
It's like, I'm backing this whole thing, so fuck you. All right. And, so they go to the first level of the dream, and I think they kind of, like, just stage a kidnapping, basically, like...
Yeah, they go straight into the super rainy city, which is apparently because the first guy drank a bunch of champagne and has to take a piss.
Yeah.
Which makes your dreams rainy.
Yeah, which just means he's pissing on everyone the entire time. And, they're in a warehouse, and they're, we're briefly...
Well, they get in the taxi first, and then...
Yeah.
Train comes through the fucking middle of the street, and...
Which, I realized something, it's a train of thought.
My God.
But, But yeah, they're about to start the heist, and yeah, just like a train comes through the street, which like Cobb's fucking memory's already bleeding into this whole thing and fucking shit up.
Well, no, I thought. Wait, was that part of him? I thought
Yeah,
that was part of the security.
no. That train was him because like the whole like a train is coming, you don't know where it's going, like thing. Later.
My God! See, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah, that's why Maul is like
Right
Maul
out of the
shows up
fucking
later.
gates, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, right out. I mean, he's all anxious about it and shit, and that whole thing with like Maul in the dream, like just fucking happened like a little bit before this, so he's probably got it on his mind.
Yeah, it's so jolting because they have like their cool jackets on. They're getting in taxis. They're like, "All right, let's."
This train, like freight train, through the middle of this like New York City street.
And then there's super well trained guards everywhere. And he gets real pissed at Joseph Gordon-Levitt. His whole job is to research the guy, and he was like, "How the fuck did you not know this?" He's like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Like,
So apparently,
dude,
you
what?
can train your subconscious to protect yourself. Apparently, if you're rich.
Yeah, very some real Matrix level themes here. Some little parts, like not necessarily from the Matrix, but this is what it made me think of.
Yeah, just like a bunch of like kind of bland militarized guys just like coming out of the woodwork and attacking you and like.
Well, like in the Matrix, when the program like notices you, and like when he's taking him through training, and everyone in the program turns to look at him,
starts looking at him. Yeah, it's definitely that kind of a vibe. Yeah.
But yeah, then they move ahead with kidnapping him while all this is happening.
Oh yeah, but
take
while
him to
this
a warehouse. One of my favorite parts is when Tom Hardy. I thought about this while it was happening. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's sitting there shooting at one guy on a rooftop with a gun, and I'm like, so are they just imagining these guns? And then Tom Hardy comes up with a grenade launcher, is like, "Dream big, dear," and boom!
He just takes out the sniper. Oh yeah, but a big thing is like while they're extracting Cillian Murphy's character, Sato gets shot.
Yeah, right out of the gates. Right.
So this is why we didn't want to fucking bring you, dude. Like you suck at this. You're like way too gung ho. And basically, their thing is that like, okay, well, we were planning on going down layers of dreams anyways, so the deeper we go, the longer it's going to take you to die, essentially, because it's like time dilation on every level. So, but now we got a ticking clock because instead of it being like the entire flight they have until Sato dies because they're all so heavily sedated that nothing.
He'll go to limbo if he dies.
Yeah, like because oh yeah, the whole thing is the kick. Like what wakes you up is like basically the sensation of falling.
Right.
And they have to like synchronize that up between layers and it's the whole thing. But like they're so sedated, they're so like sedated, inebriated. I don't know, sedated. That's the word I'm looking for. That unless like it happens multiple times simultaneously, like you're just gonna get stuck at a level for like as long as you're asleep at the top level, which is not good.
That part I didn't get. Why did it have to be simultaneous?
Well, I guess it's because if you, it's like they have to. It's a good question. Like I think it's to ascend at the same time through each level, because if they don't synchronize it and one of the kicks doesn't happen at one of the levels, you miss your like train out basically.
Yeah, so, but why couldn't they be like, all right, we're going to set up this kick here. Now we're on the next level. Let's set up another kick. I guess they have to... Oh, because they're unconscious. They have to stay unconscious for the kick. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. And they're multiple levels down because, like, every time they go down a level, they leave one person behind, basically.
Right.
And that person has to, like, synchronize the whole thing. So if that person fucks up and they get stuck sedated here...
That's where shit starts getting real murky.
yeah. Once we go down to like level 3 or 4, it starts breaking down a little bit. But we talk about limbo, which is apparently like raw, infinite unconscious of like the group of people that have like connected to the machine, essentially.
Right.
So it's like the deepest levels of your memory, which apparently manifests as like a Minecraft world.
Yeah. When they show what he did in Limbo, I'm like, that honestly seems really fucking dope.
Yeah. Like,
and what you designed was pretty goddamn bland.
Yeah. So the first thing they try to do is Cillian Murphy's has a kind of like I think it's his uncle, they say. It's like Uncle something. But I don't know if it's actually his uncle or just like a close family friend or anything like that.
Right.
But
they like take him hostage and like we're gonna kill him if you don't tell us the safe combo.
Yeah. But really,
they're like just say the first numbers that come to your brain and.
Yeah, and that becomes like the safe combo later. So they're just trying to like,
Right.
get him to associate like numbers with secrets and shit. And then I think they like take him down like another level at that point because like they put the idea in his brain that his
That there is a combo. It's
yeah,
like the
there's a
setup.
combo, there's a safe,
They have to
there's a
introduce
secret.
the idea of a safe for a safe to exist in his brain where he would keep secrets.
Exactly, and the whole thing is like they're saying like your father's alternate will is in the safe, and like we need to get that. And he's like, I didn't know there was a fucking alternate will. Like I thought I just got everything. And
Right.
and he's like, your dad. He's like, well, your dad thought like you were kind of a pussy and that you didn't have the balls to do this, so he had an
To do
alternate
something
will.
on your own, yeah.
Yeah, to written up, but like we just like he just put out the one where he just gives everything to you because he thinks you suck, and he's just like, oh well, that fucking sucks. And then
Then they
the,
go down to the hotel level
yep,
where
yeah,
he tries to convince them that he's part of his subconscious. He's like, remember your training and everything? Like, people are trying to break into your dreams.
yeah. Well, before that too is the subconscious on that level gets like way too close. They have to get in the van.
The van.
Yeah, remember like the sedative guy like is like driving the fucking like getaway van like with everyone like unconscious inside of it. And he
Oh,
drives it off
yeah,
the bridge.
dude. I forgot that that was part of a level. I kept thinking that was real life and forgot completely that they were on a plane.
Yeah, no, yeah, because the plane is the real level. Now we're in a van, and I think the vast majority of this movie takes place with him getting onto this bridge and about to like fucking slam off the side into the fucking water.
Yeah.
It's like the
That's
back
he's
two-thirds
going
of
to
this movie is when he's
simulate a fall by literally driving off a bridge.
falling. Yep. And like yeah, so that's another ticking time clock. The fucking window's gotten smaller. Like every time we check the clock, it's like getting smaller and more tight. Which with clocks you don't want. What else we got here? Oh, yeah, so then they go into the next level and they say, okay, we're going to do the Mr. Charles Gambit. Everyone's like, fucking no, we are not doing Mr. Charles. They're like, yeah, no, I think it'll work this time. And it's like, why don't we do it? It's like, because every time we do it, the dreamer realizes they're dreaming and fucking everything explodes and we wake up and we're fucked if this happens. And so apparently the Mr. Charles Gambit is to convince the dreamer that you are his dream security and on his side. And that he'll subconsciously accept you and then the fucking dream will let you do whatever the fuck you want. And,
Right.
basically, he kind of tricks him into thinking, like, well, like, what was the last thing you remember before you went to sleep? It's like, oh, my uncle was there. It's like, oh, how was he? It's like, oh, they were torturing him. It's like, did you see him torturing him? It's like, no. And then, like, kind of starts planting this idea that his, like,
He's
uncle
like, do you remember
is-
how you got here? And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it just starts falling apart then. And the subconscious starts looking at like Ellen Page and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's like, okay, it's not working. They see us. He's like,
Oh, no.
kiss me.
Yeah. It's like, what? It was like, oh, I didn't do anything. That was for me.
And then yeah, you see his this is another thing that super confused me. You see his uncle walk by, right? And the Sato's like thinks it's Tom Hardy. He's like, hey, and then you see Tom Hardy behind him. He's like, that's not me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so-
what is that? Why
Well,
is he
so
there?
what happened is because he made him start thinking about his uncle, so his mind made a projection of his uncle, and then he asked him like,
Okay.
think about it. Like, are there any numbers that like people are pushing in your face? And he says like, oh, like 428 or something like. There's like 4 or something, and he's like, okay, we'll figure it out. And but they knew the number beforehand, so they set up like a dream Inception thing in room 428 or whatever it is. And they're using that to kind of like bootstrap the fact that the uncle is trying to dream heist him.
Okay, yeah, I
Basically,
was real
yeah.
confused about how there's an uncle there and he's saying exactly what they would want him to say, but it isn't
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Well, it's because they shaped the perception of the uncle as this like duplicitous
Got
bastard.
it.
So a duplicitous bastard appears, and they've made the number 428 relevant in his brain because of the lock
Right.
combo. So that made a room with the suspicious thing that his uncle was doing. It's all like how your brain assembles a bunch of shit, and it's like I saw a teacup today, and I pet a dog, and I walked in the park, so I dreamt of a park filled with dogs and teacups. Like it's just
Okay.
like this fucking amalgamation thing they're trying
I'm
to
glad
like.
you got all this. I literally told people, I was like, just so you know, this episode's probably going to be a lot of me asking Nick something and going, oh.
Yeah, that's at least how I understood it. It's basically they put the thought in the head, it then became a thing, and because he's thinking about it, it happens. Like it's,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that part. Tom Hardy's behind me. He's like, mm-mm.
Not me, not me. Yeah.
He takes him in there and he tells him, the whole thing. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, man. Like, there's another will, but I wanted to do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So then they knock out his uncle and then say, okay, we got to get into his brain to figure out, like,
Which, what the fuck? So now they're going into, it's just his brain they're going into now, right?
Yeah. But yeah, because now they're still just in Cillian Murphy's brain the whole time. They're just going down.
Right, so they go into
multiple
Cillian
levels.
Murphy on level 1, right?
Yeah.
That's how they get
Yeah,
to level 1, and then going into his, again, to level 2.
Yeah. And then they go into, level 1 is the Rain City. The level 2 is the hotel. Then we're down to level 3 down
Which is the Snow Fortress.
Yeah. And it's because he said, like, we're going into his brain, but his brain is super locked down. Or something like that, or are they trying to find the code?
Yeah, they tell him that
It's in your brain
that's where
somewhere,
his
right?
dad's secret lives.
Yeah, yeah, and it's getting to the point where it's like dream logic. He's just like, okay, like, he's so completely overwhelmed. He's just kind of like following with a gun, panicking the entire time.
And
But
they
yeah.
start like his Sato's bleeding starts like happening faster each level they go to. Like they only get like a couple
Yeah.
seconds in the snow level before it's like, oh shit.
Well, it's because he's already bad up top, so it's just
Right.
like transferring down. And yeah, basically they're like, okay, Saito's gonna take him because like if he dies, like he's probably gonna die anyways. So if he dies beforehand,
Right.
I guess was like the kind of the logic. And they go to distract everyone, and like literally, I have like hallway fight scene and lots of guns for this part of the movie.
That was
'Cause there's
so
just-
fucking cool though. Another like I'm pretty sure I'm not sure how they would have done what parts were practical.
Well,
I think that they had an actual rotating room, right?
Yeah, it was dancing on the ceiling. Like it was
But then
like
how
they had
did they do zero gravity
wires
inside the rotating room?
I think I've seen a thing, and it was like basically panels could be removed by like hydraulics from each level, and then they would green screen in that wall.
Dude,
basically.
that's insane. This
Yeah,
deserved
no.
every bit of almost $1 billion it made, because that scene right
Yeah.
there, the
No,
whole
like-
time, I'm just
oh.
like, how the fuck?
When he's like running spirally down the hallway, and you can tell the whole thing's shifting, but he's just like scrambling,
Right.
and going into practical effect. Yeah, no, it's so good.
They
And
did
that's 'cause-
so well.
Yeah, that's all happening because in the top layer, like you need a flow chart for this movie. It's like, okay, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. But,
Yeah.
it's like the van goes off the cliff, so whatever, because like the same way with P is happening and turning into rain in the top layer, any effect that happens one layer up affects the next layer.
Right.
Like,
So
actually,
he's like
actually,
coming down like what looks kind of like the LA River.
Yeah.
And so everything's leaning to the right, and then he starts rolling. So the fucking whole room starts spinning, and then he's floating through the air.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Oh yeah, and then he's like, "Oh shit, wait, I can't drop everyone if everything's in fucking 0G now." So he has
Starts
to, like,
fucking wrapping everybody up with phone cords and shit,
yeah,
and tying them together.
and shit. And I guess you can just generate shit with dreams. So it's
So
yeah.
lucky that he was on that level.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that gets put later. But then an avalanche happens at the level 3 layer. They're all at because of the whole fucking
Yeah, and this snow
room spinning
fortress
thing.
looks straight up like that one level in GoldenEye.
Exactly, yeah. It's literally the first level of fucking Gold, the fucking damn level. Yeah, and it's like all super fortified. They know they basically made it, so they know how to get through it.
And then he breaks like his super important rule where they're like, tell me how to get through the maze. And like, you told
Yeah.
us not to tell you because, and he's like, I don't fucking care, we don't have time. And then it immediately backfires.
Yeah, because Sato dies like doing the thing that all men want to do, just like fucking like covering the back with like grenades and fucking while you go on without me, like fucking that shit. And Cillian Murphy gets into like the central compound, and then like fucking Maul just shows up behind it, like once in the fucking chest,
Immediately.
like,
And she's
you're
like,
like,
you said we can't tell you. And he's like, fuck that. And then she shows up and shoots him. And
Yep.
like, you
Like,
motherfucker.
and then they're like, okay, now we gotta fucking get in there. So like him and Tom Hardy fucking have to go like fucking running down this hill, get in there, and while I guess he's still technically alive, go into his next level of subconscious.
Yeah, they're
Just
like
save
doing
him.
it. They save the defib or whatever for the jolt up.
Yep.
And what's her name? What's Ellen Page's character's name?
Yep.
Elliot Page is Ariadne. That's a weird ass name.
Ariadne. It's fucking no wonder they didn't use it.
Why
Fucking
does
the
everybody
entire
have a
movie.
weird fucking name? Tom Hardy's name is Ames. Ames. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, she comes up with that idea. He's like, "It's over. We're fucked. It's done. We failed.
Yeah.
You got to go back." She's like, "Wait, what if you did save the defib to do the jolt out of here, and we go in there?" And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah, but it's also like you realize it's like raw subconscious down there. Like it's the time dilation will be like minutes will be years level shit. You're like, cool.
Right. So they're going straight into limbo, right?
Yeah, but they're going like bottom level basement like right away, and let me see here.
And then you're walking around while he explains what happened with Mal in way more detail. He's like, "This is the life we had. We spent centuries building all of this." I'm like, "Really?" Because it just looks like Manhattan.
Yeah, it really does have like abandoned Minecraft world vibes. Like,
yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Like, you had centuries to build, not a lick of nature here, other than the beach.
I guess they were both architects. Like, I think that's how they met in like school or something like that, or at least Mal was. I guess she just wanted to build buildings forever.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
And then there's one little tiny like Italian village-looking house that is Mal's childhood home.
Yeah, they have all their like places they lived that were like real places, like in like
they look at it all
almost.
forebodingly.
Yeah, and yet again, like what was Cobb's rule? Like, don't make places that are real life, and he just like did that all over this place. Yeah, and then we find out it's like, yeah, the reason I told you that you shouldn't do that is because we kind of forgot we were like in a dream, and we had kids that were like starving in the real world, so that was kind of like a ticking clock situation. And so he basically, the reason he knows Inception exists is because he incepted the idea into his wife that this world is not real. By like basically putting her totem and spinning inside of a vault that she kept in like her childhood home.
So they incepted the idea that all she had to do was die to get to the real world.
Problem is, when you program a computer without a fucking end prompt, we're like, okay, you did it once, stop. It just like, let's keep going, let's keep killing ourselves to get to the real world, even when we're in the real world. So she got obsessed with the idea that this world isn't real, and like you would see her like playing with knives and looking over fucking ledges and shit. Yeah, and then we find out the reason why Cobb can't go home and see his kids is because like she like framed him for murder like perfectly. Like she got certified she was sane by like multiple therapists, and like left a letter with her attorney saying she feared for her life.
Tore up the hotel room to make it look like a fight. I will say though that like it's really confusing that if I was a cop, this whole room is where it happened. Why did she fall over on that side of the street?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if he had stayed and just been like, look, forensic analysis says she fell out of that goddamn window. There's no way like she came that direction here.
Right.
She like pushed off backwards and like did like a flip. But yeah, and that cuts to like his like friend saying basically, look, I got you a ticket out of fucking like the US, you gotta fucking go now. And like he's like, I never saw my kids again, and that's like the image we see in the beginning of the kids.
Yeah, they never show his kid's face because the last time he saw him, he didn't have time to see their face one last time. Which I would still remember my kids' faces.
Yeah, I guess it's just him punishing himself in a way. It's like I don't deserve to see their faces subconsciously.
Yeah, no. When she's trying to convince him to stay, that part killed me a little. When they start to turn, he's like, no, because he knows he'll want to stay if he sees their faces.
Yep. And, yeah, basically goes and confronts her, like, in their apartment that they used to live in this room, which is, like, a house that is inside of an apartment, which is just, like, that's the best thing we could dream up. I'm like, y'all fucking suck. Like, you have the power of, like, infinite gods in this universe, and the best thing you could come up with is, like, a ranch rambler in a fucking apartment complex? No. Like, you have a backyard on the 53rd floor that makes the whole thing of an apartment complex not matter. I don't know. It pissed me off.
I forgot about this, but the other really cool effect that they do in this movie is the Escher stairs effect.
Oh, yeah. They do that a couple of
while
times.
he's fighting somebody.
Yeah, it's like one of the guards, like,
he's chasing him upstairs, and then he's like, oh, and lets him fall to his death.
Yeah, it's like, get Escher, bitch! Like, it's like the camera goes up, and, like, perspective changes, and he's just like, what?
Get Escher, bitch.
Put that in a shirt.
But then they free Fisher, Cillian Murphy, back to the level 3 so he can get into the vault.
Yeah, I will say though, there is like one really good moment, like with him and his wife, where basically he's like, "I'm your wife," and he's like, "I couldn't, like, you're not." Like, he's like, "I couldn't imagine how perfect she was. Like, you're just a ghost of like what she was, basically." It's
Yeah.
like, she was like perfect, she was imperfect, and you're just this like shell, basically.
Right.
He's like, and she's like, "Oh shit," like that basically defeats her, like because he's admitting it to himself, kind of fucking Fight Club style.
Right. And then he
And,
says he's going to stay and find Sato because they had a deal.
Yep.
And Ellen Page goes back up. Elliot Page. I keep saying that wrong. Please don't come at me. I'm not doing it on purpose.
In this movie, it was Ellen Page. They are now Elliot Page. So it's just like that's how I justify it.
But she goes up to, help him get into the vault, prompt him to get into the vault, find the secret.
Yeah,
How was he alive again, by the way?
Yeah, that's what I say. Apparently, you can heal a bullet wound with a fucking like defibrillator. It's a dream, I guess. So, like, technically,
You don't know if it was because he went down a level and then came back that he's okay now. I don't.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he bleeding like Sato?
Because he doesn't. I mean, I guess like doesn't the other way. I don't fucking know. Because I guess it's at the end of the day, he doesn't have a heart. He's just a mental construct. So I guess
Sure.
I don't fucking know, man.
Dream plot armor.
Yeah. Dream rules. Fuck it.
He gets into like the coolest vault ever, by the way.
Yeah, which is then like his dad's like fucking like hospice room, basically.
Right. And then he sees the moment where he said disappointment and dreams it all differently, where he says disappointed. He's like, I know you're disappointed. He's like, that I was never like you. He's like, no, I was disappointed you tried.
Yeah, and it's just.
And
like,
I still would have been like, fuck you.
yeah, you could have told me that when I was 8. God damn it, man.
Well, I'm like, I would have taken that a whole other way. Like, you could never be me. Why did you try?
Yeah, no, but I think like he does say it's like I thought you could be better than me. I didn't want.
No,
you
I
to.
get it.
Just,
I was
like,
saying,
do
if
the
I
same-
already thought my dad hated me and he said that, I would have taken it the wrong way.
Yeah, but I guess like the level of hatred that his real dad had, this was like a massive fucking upgrade. Like,
Also, was his dad Daniel Day-Lewis?
I think so. Like I did, like that felt like a prosthetic nose, but like I'm like, is that fucking Daniel Day-Lewis?
That would be so funny to just throw him in for that one almost meaningless scene.
Hold on, I got. Let
Who
me see.
plays Fisher's dad? Inception. It's not Daniel Day-Lewis, but it's a guy that looks exactly like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, okay.
It's Pete
Daniel
Postlethwaite. I don't know what else has he been in, but yeah, he looks just like him.
Yeah, I think he's.
And I've
pretty
seen
heavy.
him in other stuff.
Okay.
He's got a really definitive face. Yeah, he was in The Town. I thought that was Daniel Day-Lewis too, the bad guy in The Town, the big mob boss that
I
clips
guess
the
he just
roses
gets-
and shit.
I guess he gets this part that Daniel turns down.
And he's in Jurassic Park.
That I remember. He's the clever girl like person.
Right. Okay. He doesn't look like Daniel Day-Lewis back then.
No. But also Daniel Day-Lewis rarely looks like Daniel Day-Lewis. So.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, then the movie wraps up real fucking quick after this. Like,
Yeah, they go through all the jolts, which is a really, really cool scene where it's like setting up what are those
domino
called?
effect. Rube
What are
Goldberg
those-
machine.
Goldberg machine. Yeah,
Yeah, Rube Goldberg.
it was so cool.
Yeah, so it's like the what is it? The defibrillator happens, then the elevator. Yeah, that's the other thing. All the floating people to make the fall happen is he puts them all in an elevator with C4 at the other end, disables all the brakes. This launches them then to the ground floor in 0G.
Which
then the
again-
van hits. Yeah.
He's so lucky his crew is so smart because
Yeah.
one miscalculation with that C4 and instead everybody's dead.
Exactly, yeah. And everyone's in limbo. It's like, oh shit, well, let's guess we gotta wait here for 700 years and not go insane.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, before that, though, we gotta say he saved Sato. Because the whole thing is the old guy at the beginning is Sato.
Well, that
And
doesn't
the-
happen until way after this scene, right? Like they all
Oh,
jump
yeah,
out.
yeah. That's right, yeah. They get out first, and then yeah. So they all jump out, and then, Sato and Leo are still asleep, but I guess, like, in the real world, they're, like, a fraction of a second off of everyone else waking up, so it doesn't really matter. But,
Yeah, and they're like, "Fuck!" They're in limbo.
yeah. then yeah, we go and end at the beginning where Leo fucking Cobb washes up on the beach, and he gets like pulled into the thing, and it's just
And
like
he must have been in limbo for like a long time before coming to this beach, because he like is trying to remember who the fuck he is, and like
yeah,
why he's there.
yeah, and it's like then they start talking and they kind of start like picking off each other. It's like we'll be young men together again, and then they kind of realize that like Santa realizes it's a dream, which then I guess breaks the whole thing, which is the rule.
Yeah, what? I don't. What do you mean? I don't remember them like them realizing they were in a dream in limbo got them out somehow, or did they? He picks up the gun. Did they just kill themselves after that?
I guess yeah, they just killed themselves, and I guess that wakes you up from limbo if you kill yourself in limbo. I don't
Yes,
know.
the sedative had just worn off. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah,
It was still really cool, but one of those moments where they were just like, "Don't fucking question this. It just happened, okay?"
Then everyone wakes up on the top level, and this is the point which you definitively see that Leo does not have his wedding ring on at this point.
Right.
You can see his left hand; it is not on when he wakes up in the plane.
Yep, they all look around at each other like, "Holy shit, we did it!" And has like a triumphant. Another proof that you're in a dream is because he just walks the fuck through customs.
Yeah. Well, let's mention that. Like Sato fucking has this way. Like, I was alive for 700 years. Okay, what was I doing? What was that number that I have to remember again? Shit. Like, you're talking about like fucking disorientation. But yeah,
and then Cillian Murphy sees him in the airport. And he, like, stops to turn around and stare at him for a minute. I'm like, don't fucking do that. You're going to ruin it. Leo, you suck. Just keep walking.
Yeah, and Cillian, like, wakes up, like, crying and shit. Like, obviously, the Inception has worked. Like, he's just like, oh, God, what the fuck was that?
But he walks through customs. They don't stop him. They don't freak out. Michael Caine's there waiting for him. And they're like, let's go see the kids. And spins the top. Sees his kid's face, walks off without even seeing what happens with the top, and it like briefly falters, but then goes to black.
Yep.
But what I want to say is one of the theories I saw that was really compelling to me is he explains, do you remember how you got here, or did you just, when you're in a dream, you just kind of are in the middle of something? In the beginning of this movie, they're just kind of in the middle of something. So I think it was all a dream.
True. Yeah, I mean, the only reason a couple reasons I don't want to believe that. One is because it was all a dream. Like, I fucking hate that more than anything. It's like, okay, we just wasted our time here. None of this matters. Cool. But a couple of things I'll say is that at least within the logic of the movie that has been explained to us, unless like the fucking like directors behind Christopher Nolan is going, I tricked y'all fuckers, which yeah, I mean it's possible. But in the logic of the dream, you only see his ring on when he's in the dream. The top is not his totem, that was his wife's totem, so its reaction shouldn't necessarily matter for what he's checking if the dream is there or not.
Right. But I mean, either way, the theory is that he's still in dreamland, right?
Yeah. And also, the last one is, unless the entire thing is a dream, Michael Caine never appears in any scene that is not a dream.
So I saw that where Christopher Nolan told Michael Caine, and I saw a lot of comments on that they were basically just trying to tell old and confused Michael Caine that so he would stop being confused. He's like, every scene you're in is real life. But, and then Michael Caine is there at the end when he sees his kids, so...
Yeah, and when we see the faces, which is something that hasn't happened in the dream, so yeah. I don't know. One other problem, though, is we don't know how long he's been away for. Like, it never really establishes, like, oh, this happened 3 years ago, this happened 6 months ago, or whatever like that.
True.
It's still pretty recent, because he's obviously still got some fucking massive psychological scars and shit.
And his kids haven't fucking aged.
Yeah, that's the other problem, is the memory of them turning around is, like, the fucking same as we get, like, at the end. So, and they haven't aged, so who knows?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I fucking hate ambiguous endings like this. I can't fucking stand them. It was a really great movie, and I get what they're going for here, like leaving it up to you to, carry on your own ending. I guess I hate that shit. I would have rather them just leave it so that you know that he never left the dream world. That would have been just as like devastatingly real. But I don't know. I've never been a fan of that.
And that's why I think that the wedding ring is so important, is because it is a clue that if you're observant, you will notice. And
Yeah,
that can
but
give
you
a
would
definitive
think
answer.
fucking 15 years later, Nolan might have at one point just been like, yes, he's still in a fucking dream.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, we're still talking about it. So,
Fantastic movie, though, all around. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
even though I hate that kind of ending, this movie did so well that it didn't bother me that much. I just don't like that.
yeah. Tenet, on the other hand,
I don't know if I like... The Tenet has a really cool ending,
yeah.
but it still just adds so much more confusion. And, yeah, we're running into an hour here, so we'll try to get through this as quick as we can, even though it's confusing as balls.
Yeah, let me grab a drink real quick, because I'm doing the majority of the talking in this.
Cool.
It was getting a little dry.
I'm not ready for this.
Slightly more ready than you, but not by much.
I'll do
so
the
confusing,
vitals
so-
for this are it had a higher budget than Inception. That's what happens when you make good movies, though, is you get more money to make movies. Budget of 200 to 205 million. Domestic box office was 58.5 million. Worldwide was 365 million. So almost $500 million less than Inception.
Yep.
Runtime was 150 minutes, only 2 minutes longer than Inception. He keeps it tight. IMDb score was 7.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics gave it a 70%. Audience gave it a 76. So
Pretty consistent across the board there.
yeah, well, the audience scored it 15% less than Inception, and that makes sense to me. It's a lot more confusing.
Yeah.
Directed again by Christopher Nolan, and if you don't know who Christopher Nolan is, first of all, where the fuck have you been? But also, he directed Memento, Dark Knight trilogy, Siege, Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Oppenheimer. So just wall-to-wall fucking bangers. Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, he doesn't come out all the time. When he does his thing.
This one starts in a Kiev opera.
Yes.
And it's a covert op. It's just right out of the fucking gates here, and essentially a raid of dudes in masks running into this opera, raiding it. Do a really cool thing where they pump gas in and make everybody pass out.
I think that was like a real thing that happened too in like Russia, and it like didn't end well. Like it's a lot of people like weren't okay afterwards because like the seats were tiered and like gas settles at different levels.
Yeah, you had to pump a shitload of gas into that place.
Yeah, it was like I had to write down and say, well, orchestrated heist in here. Except there were train of thought. But yeah, we see a group of guys, including the names for this one are easy. Our protagonist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a couple characters' names in this, but our John David Washington, the main character, we never hear his actual name. It's just the protagonist.
He's listed as the protagonist as well.
Yeah, and he's there with like a group of guys, and I guess their whole thing is they have to go get like a deep cover asset out, basically.
Right.
Because this whole.
By the way,
this
do you
whole
have any
thing-
idea how long it was before I realized this guy was Denzel's son?
Really?
I saw him in so much stuff and had no idea that was Denzel Washington's son.
Well,
and they actually did like try to keep it under wraps for a while because he wanted to have his own career.
You just told me it was Denzel's son, which I get now.
You
but,
didn't know that?
Nope. I was.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Minutes old.
There's only a few times where you can see some Denzel mannerisms in there, like the way he talks and stuff, and he's a lot shorter than Denzel.
But yeah, they're kind of watching it, and they're like, okay, like this group showed up, and they bust out like different patches that like they have ready for like whatever like military group shows up to like fucking raid this place, and the whole thing they say is like a fucking like false flag operation, basically to kill their asset. I think is the whole thing.
And they jump between scenes so abruptly in this fucking movie. I constantly was rewinding thinking I had missed something.
Yeah, because like you can literally like look away for 3 seconds and like something critical happened that you need to go back and watch.
Right. But they
And,
do this sting, and then it goes from, I don't remember. They run in, people are asleep, they grab a guy, drag the guy out to the van. They're like, "This isn't the fucking guy."
Yeah, a couple of things happen too, because like there's at one point he's in like a gunfight in like the main theater. The bad guys are planting bombs like cover their tracks and everything just to kill this whole fucking sleeping theater of people. Like a reverse bullet like gets sucked out of like sucked out of like one of the seats, and then you see this guy with like this orange tag in his backpack like running off that like saved him from being killed by this other guy.
Yeah, and then they're in the van, and like, this isn't the guy, and then he like knocks him out, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a double cross. Like they like
Right.
they kill him, and then he like wakes up in a place, and they're like torturing him. Basically, I think they're like literally yanking his teeth out.
Yeah, they got like him and one other agent guy they're interrogating, and he's like, I know they train you to last for hours of torture. Your buddy didn't last long, and he gives him like you have this long. I'm gonna torture you for, and then pulls a really fucked up trait where he's like, oh, the clock was too fast, and you actually have another hour, and
Yep.
he goes for his cyanide, and they catch him first. And then you see his buddy that was on the chair and got knocked over, like hand him his cyanide behind his back.
Yeah, he launches at it and like grabs it, and he thinks he's like killing himself to keep the secret of his like paramilitary group. And turns out like there was like a double cross actually, and his whole team is actually dead. We find out, I think.
Yeah, dude, I don't. Like I
Like,
said,
there's a
they
double
jump around
cross.
so fast. They throw so much information at you at the top of every scene. It seems like,
Yeah.
and
But
the cyanide wasn't cyanide, and he wakes up on like a boat.
Yeah, and like his handler's talking to him, basically saying like, "Look, like you were in the Secret Service, but now you're in the super duper Secret Service."
He's like, yeah, we've stumbled onto something here, and this was a test to see if you would kill yourself, essentially, like if you would hold up and do the right thing.
He's like, "My team, like they're all dead." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
So you're going to be recruited into Tenet, which you don't know what it means, but that word will open a lot of doors, and a lot of doors you don't want to open. So be careful where you use that word. And he's like, cool, I'm in. I don't know what the fuck any of this is, or where to go,
Yeah.
where to start, what to do.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, the world thinks you're dead, by the way, so you're like not a person anymore." So,
And then he's just in a lab somewhere.
oh no, he's in the fucking what's it called? That like the windmill in the ocean for a bit. Then like he like reintegrates with society. Like,
Yeah, he goes into like a lighthouse and does pull-ups on a ladder for a while. Which, like, why?
Yeah. I also have a note here saying this movie is badly mixed. Because, like, there's points where it's just like, and like, fucking over the top of it. Yeah, so then they take him to a scientist lady.
Yeah, who very quickly... what the fuck? I fucked my notes up. Yeah, they demonstrate for him what this reverse entropy does, and he like so quickly picks it up and just like got it. I'm like, no, you fucking don't.
Yeah, no, it's like basically they take him to like this like shooting range with this big piece of rock that has all these bullets in it, and then like he grabs a gun and like starts catching bullets with the gun, like instinctual anticipation, and like they're doing like yeah, from your perspective it's going backwards, but from the perspective of backwards it's going forwards is like the whole like logic of this movie.
Yeah, he was like, how were the bullets there already? Like, they wouldn't be there if you hadn't have shot him there. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, or it's like even like the first thing they show is like the bullet on the table. Like she puts her hand out and like the bullet jumps into her hand, and they play the tape backward and it looks like you're dropping the bullet, and it's just like yeah. So basically, like something in the future is like has the ability to reverse the entropy of objects. So that basically they're moving backwards through time now. And like they go to like this giant warehouse and it's like all these pieces of like bombs basically, and say that they found evidence basically of like World War III that's like coming backwards through time.
Huh.
And his job is to somehow stop this.
Right, like there's whole goal of the movie is to find all the pieces because the pieces make an algorithm that would cause World War III and put the whole world into...
He doesn't even know that yet. He's looking for like plutonium for like the fucking first half of this movie.
Right. He's looking for like a plutonium facility, and again, there's just like things that he just knows. It stressed me out sitting with the thought of you have this insanely complicated mission and nobody can point you in any sort of fucking direction, really.
Yeah.
Just go find shit. And then he does. And
so I guess, like, yeah, the first thing they have to find is, like, they know these bullets are coming from somewhere. That,
right.
Like, they like, these bullets are produced, like, and he goes, like, full Batman. It's like, give me a metallurgy analysis of the bullets, and I'll tell you from where in the world they come from.
Right. Which bullshit. You're not getting
Yeah.
it down to that exact fucking location
Yeah.
like that.
And he's like, Mumbai, India, of course. Like, it's literally like Adam West Batman level of fucking, like, bullshittery at some of the points in this. Yeah, and then he goes to, like I need to go meet this this Indian guy, I forget his name. Pira, I think? Pira? Is that the...
I don't know.
Priya. Oh yeah, I think it was Priya, but
Sounds right.
yeah, I have to go meet this like arms dealer, and they go do reverse bungee jumping up this tower.
Yeah, I did. When does he get hooked up with Robert Pattinson, though?
Oh, I think no.
He's
Oh,
there
that's
with
what.
them.
Because yeah, okay. So that's the whole thing. Is she says I'm gonna like hook you up with like a contact, and then yeah, fucking Edward himself comes out. And they meet like in a bar in Mumbai, and he says like I need to meet with this person because he's a
Right. He's like, I
fixer.
can set that up, and like, don't ask too many questions.
Yeah, and it's like I can get us in, getting out's going to be a whole different thing. So yeah, apparently how I can get a meeting with this person means I can break into their penthouse.
Yeah,
for
what
you.
the fuck?
Yeah, it's not like it's like oh yeah, I'll get a lunch meeting. I know someone. It's like no, I know how to reverse bungee jump. We got this.
Well, yeah, which is I like thought it was going to be part of the reverse entropy thing.
Yeah,
And it wasn't. It was
exactly.
just
I thought
launch
it was
a
going to be
grappling
someone like
hook and then boop.
it's like I'm going to be Batman in a few years, so I'm practicing. Basically, is what happened here. And yeah, they grapple up and start taking out guards. And I guess Robert Pattinson goes up further to like take out security, like in the upper levels, and the God, what's his name? John goes and or the protagonist goes and like to the mid levels, and he holds up the guy and it's like you're the arms dealer. And then big twist, it's the lady that's the arms dealer actually.
And then she says the word Tenet to him, and then he says it back, and they're like not being conspicuous at all about how much emphasis is on the word Tenet in front of this guy.
Yeah, and then I forget exactly how, but then she says like, "Oh, the person you need to talk to is Michael Caine again."
What was Michael? I don't remember Michael Caine in this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, he's like in the restaurant, like I forget why.
Yeah, he's just like he's like he has to go get a suit to pretend to be a billionaire.
Yep.
And meet Michael Caine for lunch. He has like a whole thing with the waiter where the waiter's a dick to him.
And does that thing where he orders food, then like gets up to leave without it. He's like, "Can I eat that box?" He was like, "Certainly not." It's like, "All right, whatever. I'm just gonna waste."
Yeah, what the fuck? Kind of a pointless scene, honestly.
Yeah, I guess the whole point of it was he tells he's like I guess in like European intelligence or something like that, and he tells the protagonist about Sato.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah. He sets up the whole Russian arms dealer guy, explains how there's all these sites in Russia that were like dark sites because they were so soaked in radiation.
Yeah. Like, pulled something out of the wreckage that like was from the future, and he's like the first one to kind of figure out this like backwards time travel technology, and he's kind of like the whole nexus point of like all these weapons are coming back through him.
Right. He became like the most prolific arms dealer after going to places that nobody would go to because they're not like mapped, essentially.
Yeah, because basically we find out later that like he was like doing like basically salvage in Chernobyl, like essentially.
Right.
And he finds like this container, and like in the container is like a bunch of gold, a bunch of reverse time gold, and like instructions basically. And like the
then
instructions.
he explains his wife how his in will be his wife who does like art dealings, and had like an ex-boyfriend who made super convincing counterfeits, and to go get one of those counterfeits and try to sell it to her.
Yeah, basically it's like use the wife to get close to him, then like kill his ass basically to stop this whole thing from happening.
Which, like in any normal movie, that thing alone would be like a little bit of a thing. And then he's just like, nope, got the suit, look rich, got the painting, talk to the girl, and we're fast forwarding through all that shit. We're all got up.
Well, God, yeah, there is a part though, because he goes and talks to the girl, who's like the arms dealer's wife, and there's like a little flirting going on, and like a couple of goons show up, and that like the arms dealer's goons that are not happy that he's talking so friendly with his wife, And I have something in my notes here that I put down as cheese grater boxing glove.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really cool fight scene, and I wish there had been a little bit more of that, honestly.
Yeah, because it's very like John Wick, like using the environment. Yeah, there's literally a point where he just like grabs a fucking like cheese, like one of those box cheese graters off a wall, and just like, gah, gah, like fucking grates a man. Like you don't grate a man.
No, that's so brutal, dude.
Yeah, that guy went down. He did not get back up, and I do not blame him.
He's just like, okay.
I'm done. It's time
he's-
to be cheese grated.
Her husband's like out in the car waiting for her. We're like, you fucking did this. We're gonna watch this guy get killed, and he just comes out and dusts himself off.
Yeah. And she's like all smug and shit. Yeah, and then so yeah, the whole thing is that she basically says, "I will help you kill my husband because he's a piece of shit and holding my son hostage and this fucking like felony of like art fraud over my head to keep
Which,
me
like,
with his wife."
And that is like such a huge anchor in this movie, is that he has leverage over her because he has a painting. And I don't know if I just wasn't grasping everything that was happening, but like it didn't carry the weight to me that they were giving it.
It's because she sold it
murder.
as no, but she sold it as a an original for like millions of dollars, knowing it was a fraud. So that's like art fraud, which is like, you know, you can kill someone and say it's an accident and get a couple of years in jail. If you fuck with people's money, you go to jail for like your entire life.
Okay, yeah. Well, so I just didn't grasp it, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, it was like, look, if you fuck with me, I will make sure this becomes a problem. You will be arrested. I will take your son away from you. You will never see him again. I think that was like the whole implied threat. Because like they had a kid together, and he's like,
right,
using the kid's leverage.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't grasp that at all, why that was such a huge deal, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
so
also, it seems like it would have been relatively easy for him to go steal that and get rid of it. He just doesn't do it. And was that because he wanted to keep him on the hook and not, like...
No, he gets distracted because he finds the fucking flip-around machine and was not expecting that to be there. Because at this point, he has no idea that, like, people can go back and forth. He just knows, like, oh, objects are coming back. And so they go to the thing, and the entire like intention there is like they're gonna heist the fucking painting at the airport because he like has it in like the secure place that like if like something bad happens, the entire place gets filled with like inert gas, so you can't breathe and shit.
Which is a gas, but takes all the air out simultaneously. Really cool concept.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's a real thing too, like in like a data servers and stuff where like you can't like just dump fucking like water on everything.
Yeah, they're posing as people that want to store their shit there, get the tour and see the gas and everything.
Yeah, and at this point it's still a fucking heist movie. They have they have like the painting with the frame with all the lock picks and shit inside of it. And
yeah, and this was all really cool when you see them getting ready to do it, and they're like walking around practicing holding their breath.
Yeah. And then, then there's like, then the whole distraction for this is there's like a fake heist going on with the gold, like in that one plane, which thought it was a little in poor taste to have the one Middle Eastern character in the entire movie like crash the plane, but whatever.
Oh, I didn't even. I'm trying to remember the gold. I remember the gold being spilled all over the runway. I guess I don't remember the part where they're setting up a fake heist with it.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is they want everyone to be looking at the plane that they, like, dump the gold load on and then crash into, like, the terminal while they're doing this heist so that, like, security is, like, all the way the fuck over there and busy.
Right.
And, like, they can do whatever the fuck they want. And, because the whole place will fill with gas and they can basically have, like, the run of the place because there's no one there anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so I remember them crashing the plane in, and then they run in there and start holding their breath, busting through hallways, and lock-picking while holding their breath to get in, take another big, deep breath.
Then they come into, like, this one fucking random room. Like...
Right. Where he gets fucked up by some dude in reverse.
Yeah, like, basically it's like this, like, giant, like, concrete, like, turnstile, and they watch, like, people walk, like, backwards into it from this way, and then they just come out and just start kicking his ass, basically, for, like, no fucking reason.
Immediately. If I looked through that window and saw people running backwards at me, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, with guns, like full of like stormtrooper gas masks, like completely obscured. And then like, yeah, it's like this backwards physics fight where like nothing makes sense and this guy's moving in like really fucking weird ways. And the whole
fight is confusing. Yeah. I don't care how you explain it to me, especially when somebody is forwards fighting somebody in reverse.
Yeah, because they're both reacting to different things that are happening in different sequences of events. Because the reason he's fighting when he comes out is because that version was fighting when he came in. It's a fucking. They both like start a fight with each other that had no reason to start on either end except for the opposite end. They start to fight. It's like, once you start fucking with causation, it's like really bad.
And you're reverse punching people, which is like, what is the difference?
Yeah. I guess like the energy is still there. I don't know, like because like there's even a point where like the stab like he gets unstabbed at a point.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Later in the movie, so like yeah, when did that show up? Has that been there the whole time? Anyways, but yeah, he's fighting this like masked dude, and then like the fight ends with this masked dude just getting like sucked out of this fucking like garage door basically.
Super cool visual and everything. I'm not gonna shit on this movie completely at all. There was really cool visuals because of the reverse stuff. It's just I can't not try to deconstruct everything in my brain, and it hurts.
Yeah. No, someone put a lot of fucking work into this, and there's a consistency and logic, but there's just a point where my brain just goes like, I can't follow it anymore. I'm just gonna look at the pretty colors.
Right. Yeah, when he gets sucked out of the door, that was super cool.
Yep. And they're always like, what the fuck was that? Oh, and there's a point where Robert Pattinson like, it's like, huh? Like, he's about to like kick the ass of some dude, and he's like, huh? And just like throws a helmet at him, like runs out and shit.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson catches him alone. It doesn't show what he sees, but he sees something and then just runs away. And you figure it out towards the end of the movie when the order switches, but that he saw that it was him.
Exactly. Then the arms dealer. Let me see here. Okay, so then at this point they somehow convince. At the restaurant.
Yeah, the kitchen fight.
Yeah, there's a kitchen fight. But there's also another point where he goes back up to Sador, and he goes back to like a restaurant. His wife invites him to like this.
Yeah. No, she like invites him to dinner, and she's like, "That's gonna piss him off," and he's like, "That's what I want." And shows up to dinner, and as soon as he sits down, he's like, we're gonna fucking kill you, right? And then does he say? I don't know if he says Tenet, but he says something that he's like, "Oh, all right."
No, yeah, and basically convinces him that he is like some kind of billionaire who wants like invest
plutonium,
in
right?
Oh yeah, that is plutonium that he wants to sell him as like an arms dealer. It's like, okay, interesting, and let's see here. God, this is where it starts breaking down and gets a little fucking screwy. I have super clips of boat hobby conversation.
Convoy heist, which the goal is to steal a plutonium case, which is really part of the algorithm.
Yep.
Yeah, he like sent. Oh man, this is tough. He sends him to go get the plutonium, right? And it's not plutonium. He doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, it's part of the algorithm. Yeah, that they're talking about. Yeah, this is where we kind of find out that like a young Sador found the gold and instructions while searching the radioactive ruins.
They have that car chase scene where one's in reverse. They hear the chatter on the radio that's reversed.
Yeah, before that though, there's like this really fucked up scene that I put down where basically like Sador is still really pissed that his wife like invited him to this whole thing, and like does what I like to call like advanced spousal abuse, where he puts his cufflinks into the fucking holes in his belt.
Yeah, dude, that was fucked up. He literally steps on her head at a certain point, and he's a vicious motherfucker. Also, important part of the movie is when she talks about why she hates him. It's because she like caught him. One of the reasons she hates him, she caught him cheating on her. She said she had a whole day where she acted like she loved him again just to make him happy. And as she was pulling up to the yacht, she saw a woman dive off as she was pulling up. She's like, I always envied that woman's freedom.
Yeah, they couldn't even wait till I left. Yeah, it's a whole thing that happens later.
Mm-hmm.
God, yeah, and then they moved the big truck plan. And it's like, we need 4 big trucks. One of them needs to be a fire truck. Like that's the whole basis.
Oh yeah, this is the heist where they think they're stealing the plutonium. And they're on the highway and they surround this car.
In the most unaware security team ever, Where it's
Right.
just like, these cars are really starting to pin us in. We should be worried about that. Nah, it's fine.
And the last piece they include to block this guy in is like the most crucial. You know, they put in like front, side, and back, and leave the left side open and for the last truck to pull up. I'm like, about that time where you see the third car coming up, any security team worth their salt would have been like, shit, and like pull over to the open lane that they left for them.
Yeah, something. Yeah, and then we get what is referred to as a temporal pincer move, which is a thing that comes back a few times in this, where basically the next part of the movie seems like the bad guys know everything to like a psychic degree, because what they've done is they've sent a person backwards through time to from the end of this situation, because like this is where it gets so fucked up, because we're getting into fucking like bootstrap theory and like cause and effect. But basically, after all this shit has happened, they take a guy, turn him around, send him back through the timeline, have him watch from the end to the beginning so he knows what's going to happen, and then gives the information to the people back here going forward so that they can basically have like precognition of what's going to happen.
Right, they have an attack team from moving forward through time and backwards through time, and again, all very confusing, but still really cool to watch when they're driving and they're like, why is the chatter on the radio so weird? And they're like, it's backwards. And then you see way up ahead of them a car crash, and a car's coming in reverse towards them, and he looks over at his side mirror and it already has a bullet hole in it, and he just like, oh, that's weird. And I'm like, how do you not know what's about to happen, dude? The car comes in reverse at them, and then the bullet comes out of the mirror. Really cool visually.
Yeah, but yet again, like when you start like trying to break it down, because like, wait, was that bullet hole in the car the entire time from the point that they got into the car? And has it always been there because it was put there in the opposite direction? Which I guess is like basically the whole problem with this, and like is that we find out that like if this shit like continues, like enough things coming backwards will basically destroy the world. Like,
yeah. Their whole plan eventually is to get all these pieces together and put the whole world in reverse.
Yeah.
Some stupid logic about how we've doomed the Earth already, and this is going to fix it. It really convoluted, but right. And he's like, my greatest sin. He's like, why did you have a son then? If you knew all that, he's like, it was my greatest sin. Like, yeah, you're a horrible fucking person.
Yeah. It's like, wow, you're shittier than I thought you were, which is impressive.
But then they capture the protagonist and push him through a turnstile, inverting him. And
then have
that whole scene where they have her on the other side. Yeah, dude. He's standing on one side with the chick. He's inverted. And he's like yelling through some kind of translator where everything's coming out forwards. And he like, there's a bullet hole in the window already. So you already know he's about to shoot her.
Yeah, and so pretty much like he sees it as all these questions happening that this guy knows the answers to already, which he shouldn't. But then from the opposite perspective, he comes in, shoots his wife, and then starts asking questions in a reverse order of the information that he needs them, which then gives him all the information he needs because he's already shot his wife, but the threat is the opposite direction on the other side of the mirror. Which was
kind of a little bit cool when you see that the questions kind of made sense in forward motion when he's sitting on the other side and he's like, what? And then he asks another question, and then when it gets to the other side, it makes a little more sense the way he's asking them because he's figuring shit out as he hears them say it in reverse. And then takes off backwards.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing is that are there two of the wife now? Because, like,
I mean, there is at a certain point.
Yeah.
But, like, they say he's running away into the past now.
Yeah,
the guy takes off.
He drags her backwards from his perspective, but I guess he goes in... It's a fucking clusterfuck.
And then in comes this military team that just has all this shit locked down pat. Like, they get it.
Yeah.
They've been doing this for a while, apparently. Which, like, where have they been the whole fucking movie?
Yeah. But yeah, literally just like Deus Ex Machina SWAT Team 6, like just fucking shows up with like no prior like announcement. And then even then, like the arms dealer on the other side is like seeing them come in from reverse and like, okay,
Right.
shit, we have to leave because they've already been here.
And he's like, "Now we gotta go. You gotta go backwards or whatever." He's like, "But," and then they run through like, "You gotta wear a gas mask because air doesn't work the same." And when they go to get into the turnstile, he's like, "Wait, you have to wait to see yourself come out the other side to know that it's safe to do so."
Yeah. Oh, and then the other thing too is like the wife has been shot by a reverse bullet, which is apparently worse than a regular bullet.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. If it's supposed to be the same,
I guess it's like radiation, they say, like which is like
Oh,
right, 'cause, like scarred and fucked up because like they say like it's like radioactive fission that sends things back in time. So like you're getting shot like a uranium bullet essentially. So they have to put her into reverse so she can heal because I guess everything matches up in that direction. I don't fucking know.
but so
Like,
so it has to be special bullets
well,
because
the bullets were made now, which is how they found it, but sometime in the future, the bullets become inverted. And then are sent back to the past, because they're now moving backwards through time.
I not. We can't fucking do this. We got to get through this. This is killing me, man.
No.
Yeah, she's like really hurt. They go on a boat where she heals and shit. And by the time she wakes up, they're already making a plan to get the rest of the algorithm.
Yeah.
With, what's that actor's name? The main soldier. I like that guy.
I have no idea off the top of my head.
He's in Kick-Ass, and he was Craven. He played Craven, the hunter. I love that actor a lot. What's his name? Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah. He plays the main soldier, and all of a sudden they're on a ship with like a whole elite military squad that's fucking practicing fighting backwards.
Yep.
If you look in the backwards, they're practicing pulling punches instead of laying.
But yeah.
What,
No,
what?
like the entire scene I was watching that, I was just flashing back to Wayne's World, where it's like, man,
Right.
this, and he opens the door, it's like, I was with a bunch of like army guys, like training for something. It's like literally the same
But
fucking
like,
scene.
why are you practicing physically punching backwards if that's not really what you're doing? They say that's
I
not
guess
how it
I guess
works.
it still hurts somehow because the other way you're doing this, even though it's this to the other perspective. So
Yeah, but
I
they
don't
say
fucking
like
know.
when he sucks the gun up, or the bullet up off the table instead of dropping it, and it's like dropping it in reverse. You're like, don't actually try to like pull it up. You're just dropping it. It just looks that way. So why are they practicing pulling punches if that's not what you're... It doesn't make any fucking sense. And I think he went over his skis in this fucking movie a little bit. I think there was a point where
Yeah.
he was like, this doesn't make sense, but we gotta fucking roll with it now.
Well, I think before they're on the ship too, we have the other perspective of the backwards car chase.
Yeah. They push him through the turnstile and
Yeah.
explain how going backwards through time works. Runs
Like,
out to
I
a
drive,
car.
they're like, I don't know, maybe. Like, it's basically the answer. Like,
It looks
yeah.
really cool, kind of like him trying to figure out how to drive
Yeah,
a car
because
that's
he's
going
going
in reverse forward.
Well, it's because yet again, this is like where the fucking mind fuck happens. Because all the cars are going backwards this way, but he's going this way, which is technically backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his steering's all overreacting the way it would if you were going in reverse.
Yep.
And then I was
Yeah.
a little confused about what exactly happened here, because he's going in reverse. I think there's another person going in reverse during this part, but he like
Yeah.
catches the handoff, and bad guy
Yeah.
sees him.
Yeah, and like because he's trying to intercept the part of the algorithm, and I think he crashes into something going the other way. Forget
Yeah.
what it is.
But
And,
he
like,
throws
everything's-
off the piece and realizes that it's John Washington. He realizes it's the protagonist like after he's handed it off. Because he
Yeah,
looks like,
it's like-
oh shit, I fucked up. But then he crashes and they get the shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I forget exactly even what he hits, but like
It's
and
another
then- yeah,
car. It was the other,
Yeah, the other
I think it was
chase car.
him.
Maybe, yeah. And then he's like kind of all fucked up in the car, and then the arms dealer throws a grenade, which, because we're going backwards, instead of causing a bunch of heat, causes a bunch of cold.
They say, which I don't. Okay, sure. This is another one of those things that, like, you can't really. I don't get that part.
Yeah, so he passes out from hypothermia because a grenade was thrown at him and the car exploded. Instead of being a giant fireball, it turns into a giant ice ball. And that's when they wake up on the boat.
Yeah, he wakes up from that shit, somehow survives. She's healing from the bullet. And they're like, we're going to get this motherfucker. And then she's like, tells him about the day. This is where would he be running to backwards through time? And she's like, probably to this day where I loved him. And they're like, all right, that's where
and I think this is where we find out Sato has a dead man switch, I think, right?
Dead man switch to what? I don't remember.
His, like, heart in the bomb.
Right.
Like
right.
His Fitbit,
yep.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's what his fitness watch.
Yeah, because you're like, well, let's kill him. They're like, well, we can't kill him because if we do, that, like, basically will activate the algorithm somehow.
Yep, something like that.
Like, I guess that was the last piece he had, so once he puts that... But no, he's checking his Fitbit the entire time, but I guess he's going backwards through time. I don't fucking know at this point, man. Someone in the comments, please, love God, help us.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be somebody like, guys, you're fucking stupid. Sure, yeah. I might be, but there's a reason this movie got a 70% from the audience.
Yeah, basically the entire movie he's been checking his fucking Fitbit and like, oh, my heart rate barely went up on that, and I fucking bashed man's skull in and shit. And apparently it's not because he's like health obsessed, it's because he has like some kind of horrible form of cancer. And
yeah, from playing around in plutonium and shit.
Yeah, go figure. And he basically has his heart rigged up to the algorithm, which is complete now, I guess. So if he dies and the Fitbit goes dead, the algorithm goes off, all of the world gets reversed somehow.
Right.
And that ends the world. So he's just like this like fucking like narcissistic asshole. It's like the world ends with me.
Yeah, the whole if I can have her, nobody can have her thing.
Yeah, he literally says it. Yeah.
So then the military's setting up another temporal pincer where everybody that has a blue patch is going to be going forward through time.
And before that, we have the backwards because yet again I forget why, but they have to get back to that time basically.
Right.
So I don't know why
all the blue people have to get back to the past to go forward through the same moment that they're all going in reverse through.
Yeah, so they have to go back to the airport.
Right. And that's where he fights himself and shows Robert Pattinson saw it was him. That's why he didn't let him shoot him.
Yep, and then they leave in the same ambulance they came in, which is insane to me.
They could have done a lot better job, honestly, of making this all make sense. I think cutting out a few insignificant scenes. The whole plot with the Indian woman, honestly, was not necessary.
Yeah. I need Scientist Lady to give me 3 more scenes. I need a whiteboard. I need flowcharts.
I need somebody just standing there, like, giving a whole bunch of, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Exposition?
When you just spill out exposition. A whole bunch of exposition, like, every couple scenes. Like, oh, see, that happened because this.
Yeah, exactly. I need someone to help me, like, I need our main character to be dumber, so someone can explain what the fuck happened to him for me.
Yeah, if the protagonist could have just every once in a while been like, that would have been great. Not just, like, I think he was faking it. He's like, got it.
Because he's like hyper competent. He's like, I got this. Yes, understood. Next question.
Right.
Like.
So yeah, they set up their whole temporal pincer. Aaron Taylor Johnson pulls him off to the side after they go over the plan, and he's like, we can't walk away from this. Like,
yeah. And basically the part of that is basically saying, like, everyone who knows when and where this is has to die at the end of this, because if any of us survive, it's a fucking, like, leak that can be exploited somehow without us even realizing it's happening. And I think this is where the point, too, where they kind of explain what the algorithm is. Because, let me see here again. Is basically, like, the reason why this is all happening is because in the future, someone figured out how to reverse entropy, which kind of turned out to be like the Manhattan Project of their day, because it could literally just destroy everything as like a weapon. So what they did is the algorithm is this like physical big blocky fucking drive shaft looking piece of metal.
Yep, just a bunch of giant fucking bolts.
Yeah, and they broke it into pieces and hid it in nuclear like reactors like around the world.
Yeah, all those black sites in Russia
Yeah.
and shit where they don't happen because they're so radiated.
Yeah, and inverted them so they were all heading further into the past.
Right.
Yeah, so that theoretically that they were impossible to find in the future.
Right. But also, like, the bad guy thinks it's because they want him, like, they're fucked in the future, so they want him to reverse
Well, that's
the world.
well, she broke it so that wouldn't happen. But then the future government's like, no, we need this to happen so we can, I guess, kill off enough of people in the past to stop global warming and hope that there's enough of humanity left in the future to keep going.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thought.
Yeah. It, like, vaguely made sense when I watched it, but now I'm just, my mind's fried.
Yeah, well then, yeah, especially after the fucking reverse fucking combat montage.
Oh, bro, this scene was, like, kind of cool, but when I'm trying to keep track of what's happening, it just takes a lot away from it. Like, trying to understand what they're doing to begin with, and also how this stuff is why did they need to do this? Why did they need to do both ways?
Because the other side, well, I guess the whole thing is, we saw what happened when one side is moving one direction through time, the other side is moving through two directions. The one direction gets fucked.
Yeah, well, and they still fuck it up. One of them gets sucked into a wall. Like, they've been training for this shit apparently a lot, and the dude's standing on a pile of rubble where shit's exploding everywhere.
Yeah, but, remember, fucking average person is so dumb, and remember how dumb the average person is. Someone slipped through some of the fucking security checkpoints and wasn't as smart as they should be. But yeah, like this is a building that explodes and implodes simultaneously as, like, one part goes down, one part goes up. Yeah, it's fucking insane. Like, you just see, like, big groups of people running backwards. Like, how are they helping?
Yeah, dude. And then, yeah, I kind of started losing focus here. They converge into the inside of this bunker. I remember them, like, being this close-up on this guy throwing something off and then getting sucked up into a helicopter. And I didn't really understand what that was about. I didn't know what he was throwing or why that was important. And simultaneously, the wife is on the yacht, hanging out with the guy,
killing himself.
Yeah, she's like rubbing him down and talking about how much they love each other. And yeah, this is, like I said, this is kind of where I phased out. They catch a guy inside the bunker while he's talking to bad guy on the boat. Bad guy on the boat is explaining everything. The antagonist is, and like why he's doing what he did. He's like, if you knew, knowing all this now, like that the world ends in the future, would you still want to stop me? He's like, yep. And I'm like, but why though? Like, whoa.
Well, I guess if like the world ends in the future, but this kills everyone now, it's moot to me because like I'm gonna be fucking dead then anyways.
Sure.
But I'll be dead now, which I'm alive now.
It kind of comes down to as basic as they're named the protagonist and antagonist. You know?
Yeah, and yeah, and the end is so much of a clusterfuck because I think our team is the team going forward in time, but there's another team going backwards through time simultaneously. And like they come back when they're starting, and the team coming back is like all fucked up because like shit didn't go completely right. They get into like the innermost bunker. He's like trying to drop the algorithm bomb like down this like deep ass like shaft, so basically it's like inaccessible, and when it goes off, like it'll fuck the entire world.
Right.
And there's already like a dead guy from their team inside the cage. And they're like, huh, that's weird. See if he has like any grenades or anything like that, and he doesn't have anything on him that's helpful. And the guy inside, like when he's all done setting up the bomb, is like going to like shoot them, and then the guy who was on the ground unshoots the bullet from his face and like starts fighting with him, which gives the protagonist a chance to drop the henchman. And then the guy inside the cage like unlocks the door and walks backwards out of the scene.
Yeah.
And then they run in and like do the fucking classic, like, you know, the bomb goes off, we get out like fucking like 5 seconds to spare. The whole thing blows up and they're getting like hauled out by a rope attached to a car that like the main military guy is driving.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Yep. And then, yeah, well, because he knew he was going to be there because they've done this in the opposite direction. Yet again, it's just like, it's the Texas gunslinger paradox where it's like, I knew this was going to happen, so I did this as an entire movie.
Yep.
And they get out, and the military guy, like, fucking, like, points a gun at them, and like, oh, fucking, he's going to kill everyone.
Well, before that, they kill the bad guy.
Oh, yeah, kill the bad guy.
She's on the boat, and then she's the one who dove off the boat. She, like, kills him, and then, like, in the most vicious way, had smeared out all this sunscreen and stuff so that she could push him off the edge and just, bam, smacks his fucking head off the railing on his way down. And then she looks at herself and dives off, knowing that she was the one that she was jealous of. And she's like, I couldn't help myself. I had to fucking do it. I knew you would figure out. And then she's like, wait, did you figure it out? And they're like, yeah, you asshole.
Yeah, and then just like drag his fucking corpse through the ocean, which I thought was fucking hysterical.
And then they're all standing there in the desert, and then pulls the gun out.
Yeah, and then they're like, it's like, well, I guess we all need to die, but you know, as long as you guys like disappear, fucking, I guess that could be like whenever you want to. And it's like, you're not gonna be looking that hard to find us. It's like, no, I'm gonna be fucking looking. If I find you, I'm gonna kill you. And then he like breaks apart the algorithm and gives like a piece of the to each of them to hide somewhere, and basically then says like, yeah, so like this whole thing was a temporal pincer, like it's a part of a way bigger thing, and it turns out that like the protagonist is actually the head of Tenet, but like he's one that's been going in opposite direction of time, so he's been doing it way longer. So this is him like bootstrapping himself into it by like recruiting his younger self by making some kind of time loop. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And then, like, Robert Pattinson is basically, it's like, well, there was that other guy in there. And, like, yeah, there was. It's like, well, that unfortunately was me, I'm pretty sure. And basically says, like, I have to go back, rewind again, get in there, and I'm going to take a bullet to the face, and this is it for me, guys. Like, this is where I die. And then he's like, wait, we're going to be friends. It's like, oh, no, this is, like, the end of our friendship from your perspective. But actually, you're going to go recruit me in a few years, so we have, like, a whole fucking adventure that we're going to go on still.
Yeah, he's like, you started Tenet, and, it's kind of cool, I guess, but by this point, it's all so muddy and so just... I don't like having to try so hard to understand a movie.
Yeah. It's like I said, I need notes, I need, like, miniatures, I need... like fucking Venn diagrams to like understand what the fuck happened here.
Yeah, it should come with like a fucking 20 folded piece of paper when you buy the movie. They just give it to you and they're like, "Here, take this."
Yeah, probably it's like still like a fucking Mobius strip that they're gonna fucking give you. And it's not gonna make sense.
And this is when this movie came out, it was super praised, like on the same level as Inception. Yeah. And like I still felt so dumb watching this, like. As much as it was praised, I'm like, man, am I just so stupid? Because it's cool to watch and the cool concept's cool, but most of the movie, I'm just like, what's happening now?
Probably super high concept. The only way to really enjoy it is to turn your brain off. So it's kind of got this weird paradox going on about it. Yeah, I think then the very end is they go back to India and then kill the arms dealer because like she's the only one that could have ratted them out or something like that at one point.
Right.
Which, yet again, already happened, so it doesn't matter, but I don't know. I guess they're 2 days beforehand, before they meet her. They go back to before they met her and kill her, which then I think would make a paradox in the other direction, but yet again, I don't fucking know.
Yep, paradoxes don't seem to mean shit in this universe.
Yeah. They even say it's like, oh, if you touch yourself, that could end everything, but if you have a layer of cloth between you and that, you're fine.
Right. You can have a whole-ass fist fight with yourself, but... no worries.
Yeah. You can stab yourself and then be unstabbed by yourself and you'll be fine. He gets unstabbed. He gets healed by a knife. Like, it's insane.
I will say, when we posted that we were doing this episode, I was happy to see how many people were like, it definitely leaning towards Inception. I'm like, okay, so it's not just me. Like, I'm not completely fucking stupid.
No, this one was like... when your friend got really high and thought he had a really cool idea and was like explaining to you as hard as you can, and you're just kind of like smiling and nodding and kind of saying you get it, even though sometimes you're just completely lost.
Yeah, and there's like parts where you're like, oh, okay, and then it goes on a little longer. You're like, wait, you lost me again. All right, well, we're gonna try and score these now. If this is your first time watching it, we do 10 rounds. Just like boxing, we score them on a scale of 1 to 10 for each movie, and then declare a winner of each round, and then a winner overall. And for this one, we're going into round 1, which is going to be... Let me get my button. There we go. Round 1, concept and premise. Dream layers versus time inversion. Which twist of reality hits harder?
I mean, I guess that's a hard question, because I know which one I comprehend more, but that doesn't necessarily correlate to hit harder. Because, like, fucking, I'll say, like, I understand Inception pretty much upside down, forwards, and backwards. Like,
sure.
It's like, I get it. Fucking Tenet still fucking hurts my brain a little bit to, like, try to get everything correct. And, like, it's like one of those things, it's like a puzzle. Like, I know there's a logic here, and if, like, I rotate it at a certain angle, everything will mesh, but it's just I can't find that angle.
Right. Well, I think based on that, I would have to say for this one, it would be Tenet, just because it's a much more complex concept. Like, I pretty quickly grasped the idea of inserting yourself into dreams and all that.
Yeah,
like I said,
like
I had to watch it a few times to understand all the planting ideas and stuff and everything,
yeah.
But...
And, like, the time dilation makes sense, because that's kind of how dreams work. And, like, you know, you've, like, fucking been asleep for, like, 30 minutes, but you had a fucking, like, 4-hour-long dream in your head. So,
right.
Like, that tracks.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess technically Tenet hits harder, but yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah, I don't know if I'm, like, coherent after the hit, but definitely got hit harder.
I'm not even really sure they pulled it off well, but it certainly hits hard.
Yeah, the concussion I get from Tenet is definitely harder than the concussion I get from Inception.
But both were really cool original concepts. Like, you haven't really seen a movie like Inception done before Inception.
And we've had, like, go backward. We've had, like, go backward through time movies, but, like, never once where, like,
with the reverse entropy
intersection.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'll be like something where it's like, you know, like they're seeing something go backwards and it's like in slow motion or something because like it's a different time frame, and yeah, it's always.
Yeah, he certainly was original in the way he pulled this off and like the whole concept of it and everything. Dude, like I said, I think he could have just done a better job, but like it was almost kind of pretentious how he didn't want to make it more understandable. You know what I mean?
It definitely did have this feeling where it's like, oh, if you don't get this, then that's on you. Like,
right. But I'm going to go 10-9 here. 10-9. This round going to Tenet.
High concept and did the thing they were trying to do, even if one of the things was confusing as fuck.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, then round 2 is going to be action sequences. Hallway fight and Mountain Snow Fortress versus backward-forward car chases and inverted gunfights.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say, like, there were some moments in Tenet that definitely made me go, like, wow, what the fuck, harder than Inception, but, like, I feel like the Inception insanity was, like, much better choreographed.
Well, and the practical, like I can't rave enough about the hallway fight scene and how cool that was, and how they pulled it off was just so cool. And it looked dope. There's so many parts in Inception that it's just visually stunning. And but I can't stop thinking about that hallway fight and how cool it must have been to shoot that and play around in a rotating hallway.
Yeah, which is, by comparison, the coolest thing in Tenet was probably, like, the backwards car chase and the final fight scene. But both of those times, I'm, like, using so much of my brain power to just try to comprehend what is going on.
Exactly.
I'm kind of, like, losing a bit of the spectacle of it.
Yeah, the car scene was really, really cool. I just, to me, it doesn't hold a candle to the hallway scene. Or the fucking, world folding in half. That was absolutely iconic.
And beyond that, even the final fight scene, and, like, a lot of it is, like, you can tell basically, like, it's, like, composite shots, where it's, like, we filmed all this going forward, then reverse it, then in the same shot had all these people going forward, then just, like, kind of splice the two films together.
Right.
And, like, it just, whereas Inception, like, how the fuck did they actually pull that off, like, physicality-wise?
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm going to go 10 Inception here, and what are you thinking for Tenet? I'm not thinking I'm not a 9. I'm not going 9.
I want to say a 7, just because as cool as some of the shit was, like, if I can't comprehend what's going on, it doesn't matter how cool it is. I'm not getting the information.
Well, yeah, and if you're gonna commit to I'm not gonna understand it, make it cooler then. Make it look even cooler, so I don't care that I don't get it.
Exactly.
Round 3, characters. Do we like Cobb Arthur, Ariadne Ames, or the protagonist, Neil, Cat, and Sator? I gotta go with Inception here.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, there's, like, personal stakes. You care about them. You see the characters suffering. Like, I mean, especially with, like Mal and Leo, and just, like, how much, like, fuck, like, that was made even to subconscious. And, like, all the other characters are very fun. Like, I love Tom Hardy in this. He's, like, such, like, a fucking bastard.
No, they're just better actors, too. Like,
yeah, that too.
I like John whatever Washington. What is his fucking name again? John David Washington. I like him, but he is not as... Go ahead. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think Robert Pattinson was a better actor than most of the people in Tenet, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio is a way better actor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He gives you emotional stakes. And
whereas in Tenet,
Tom
it's
Hardy...
like, I am man who must do job.
Well, yeah, they're literally the protagonist. Like, they didn't really try too hard to dive into the characters in Tenet.
Yeah, it's not like he's like, oh, I miss my wife and children in this life that I've taken, or I have someone I love I want to protect. Like, even the wife, he's kind of like, you're kind of neat. Like, there's not, like, really like, a lot of, like...
It's another one of those things where I don't understand why they're falling for each other at all.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, you're a guy and I'm a girl and we have to be in proximity.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked the cast of Inception. Joseph Gordon, like, knowing that all those actors being in the same movie is insane. Whenever they pull together a cast like that, that's just magic.
Yeah, I always had a thing for Ellen/Elliot Page, like in all the movies.
Yeah.
And so, like, they've always been good. Oh, ever since fucking Trailer Park Boys.
She was in Trailer Park Boys?
She's in season 2 or 3 of Trailer Park Boys. She's Jim Leahy's daughter.
I don't remember that at all. First thing I saw her in was Juno.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, she's, like, super young. She's, like, 12 or something like that. But, yeah, she's, like, she's, like, the one that's, like, following Ricky around, like, the whole time. Like, it's, like, Trinity's not in it that season, and, like, they, like, have Mr. Leahy and Barb Starter in it, and that's her. Him now.
But I'm going to go 10 Inception here. And, yeah, I'm thinking another 7 for Tenet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a good actor, but he's not Leo.
I'll say, if anything, like, fucking the arm seal of the villain, like, kind of brought me in more than anything. Like, he fucking was, like, really, like, chewing on the scenery in his role, but in a good way.
Yeah, no, he was good. And like I said, Robert Pattinson, I thought, acted the hell out of this movie.
No, he's just, people give him shit for Twilight, but he's actually a legitimately good actor.
No, he's great, man. And he's got, like, some really awesome voice acting chops, too.
Oh, no, yeah, no, pretty much everything I've seen him in besides Twilight is good. It's just, like, fucking, it's a vampire movie, and fucking vampires like, I am a vampire. It's like wooden as shit. There's only so much you can do with that.
I'm sure most of that wasn't his fault either.
Yeah, no. Well, no, just like the entire like movie, like everyone just has like a look of like dull surprise in their face the entire time. Like,
especially Kristen Stewart. She did not bounce back from that.
Nah.
All right, round 4 is Villain Game. We got Cillian Murphy's tragic son subplot. Or Sato, I guess. Sator or Sato? Yeah. They both have a Sato.
Yeah, Sato and Sator, or something like that, I think, for the Russian guy.
Versus Kenneth Branagh's angry, time-obsessed Russian oligarch.
I mean, villain-wise, like, I wouldn't even call Cillian Murphy the villain in this, per se. He's more like the target. Like, if anything, the villain is Mal in the subconscious. Like,
that's true. And if you look at it that way, she was dangerous. Like, anytime she came on screen, that's the word that came to mind.
Yeah, no. Like, she had, like, her own mini little slasher movie going on.
Right, she was, like, Inception. The T-1000 through dreams.
Yeah, she would just, like, lock onto you unblinkingly, just, like, instant remorseless murder.
Yeah, anytime he caught her eyes in a crowd, it was just like, shit!
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, in that case, Cobb is kind of the villain of the whole movie, because at the end of the day, he could have sat the fuck out of this whole thing and babysat, and it would have been fine.
Right.
But
And like I said, when we went through it, not a whole lot of that was solved by Cobb in this movie. He was never the one coming up with, "What if we do this?"
well, the whole thing, I guess, is he's the only one successfully incepted someone before, but like he's not doing the incepting. He just comes up with the plan.
Well, yeah, and
Like,
Tom Hardy's like, "I know how to do it too." And
Yeah.
he is the one that figures it out.
exactly. So yeah, I'm saying if Leo didn't go in, Maul wouldn't be in there, and then fucking half the problems that happened wouldn't have happened. I guess Sato might have still gotten shot, but the train would have come and fucked up the entire first part, and they could have been more prepared.
Yeah, immediately, dude.
Yeah.
I would definitely say
yeah.
Maul scares me more than Russian boss.
Yeah. But I don't know, which one's a more fleshed out character though?
Well, I mean, once you learn like the backstory of Maul and everything, even though it's not actually Maul, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, Maul is kind of just like the face of the entire subconscious. It's like its avatar. She's not even really Maul.
Well, and the Russian guy just had like all this landed in his lap pretty much because it came to him from the future, and
yeah, he just happened to be the person who was there at the place that needed to be found.
He's downright fucking evil, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Maul is like tragic and like doing what she feels is necessary to get back to her kids, but like the fucking like Sador, whatever his name is fucking like relishes in fucking being evil. Like literally, like the part where he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat my wife with my belt, but that's not enough. I need to put my cufflinks into my belt to beat my wife with." It's just like,
yeah, or
shit.
like when he screams at her and he's like, "Enough!" and whoops her ass, and then he just like looks like he's gonna stomp on her head, and then just kind of stands on her head for a minute. I'm like, man, that's a guy that beats puppies.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's because like I guess like I'm more scared of him because like I feel bad for Maul. I don't feel bad for him fucking at all. Like,
No. There's no redeeming. Like I said, they outline this as protagonist antagonist, so they stick to that. Like,
yeah,
John David Washington is hero because protagonist, and he is evil as fuck because antagonist.
my dog and him do the laziest way possible.
Oh, what?
Oh no, can't do it that lazy. Come on.
The way you were looking off when you grabbed your lightsaber, I'm like, is he about to fuck somebody up with that thing?
Okay, Darth Maul's outside. 1 second.
So yeah, no, I guess I think 10-9 giving this round to Tenet.
Yeah, I think because I don't know, like as confusing as it was, I was not confused about the Russian guy's motivations or how much of a dick he was.
Right? Yeah. No.
Whereas, like, yeah, Maul's
totally forgot about the part where she kills him on a boat, or like tries to kill him on that boat, that weird sailboat, and he jumps off and saves him.
Oh, that's what Expensive Boat Hobby was. Yeah, I forgot about that. Where it's just like, yeah, like it's like, wow, this is like such a rich hobby. Like, not only do you need to be a billionaire to do this, not only do you need one boat, but you need 2 boats to fucking race.
You got to run across to steer the goddamn thing.
Oh, I know. Like, I'm like, this is a level of like white entitlement that I didn't even know existed. Holy shit.
All right, round 5, emotional core. Cobb's guilt and family versus Kat's desperation and freedom. Absolutely got to give that one to Cobb, right?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like so much of Kat is just like there's even a point Kat says like, there was a point I thought about leaving my son behind and I felt so free. Like, or some shit like that.
Yeah, no,
and
barely understood what her thing was, let alone felt emotional about it.
Yeah, it's like, I might get in trouble, and then the courts will take away my kids, and that might be a problem. I don't know. Just the whole thing felt weird. It's like, yeah, isn't like your husband like a Russian like fucking arms dealer? Could you like rat him out to any fucking government on the planet and they give you asylum?
Right.
I don't know.
Somebody would give you WITSEC if you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, and she's still like fucking like going to these like fucking like 5-star restaurants and shit and like enjoying the lifestyle.
Yeah.
So,
no, not at all. Leo is
like,
so good at playing somebody that misses his kids between like this and Shutter Island.
Yep. Yeah, because this whole thing is tragic, where he was like trying to save his wife and ended up making her kill herself, and she destroys his whole fucking life in the entire process. And
he acts the shit out of that part too, where she jumps off the building. God damn. Yeah, I'm going 10 Inception and like fucking 5 for Tenet.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, Tenet. It was like, we need a reason for her to still be here.
Yeah, it's kind of insulting. Like, I keep coming back to the fact that they just said protagonists and antagonists. And we're just
Yeah.
like, who fucking cares about, like, we care. Like, we want stakes here, man.
Yeah, and
Kinda
also once you
weird.
start splitting the timeline, there's like multiple versions of her now that have gone in like separate directions, and it just gets really fucking complicated.
Yeah, and
Whereas like,
so at the end of the movie, she is bailing on her son, right?
yeah,
The-
well, no, I guess like because the husband's dead. Well, okay, I guess she is. Oh god, god damn it, yeah. It's
Where does
so
she go
she's-
after that?
Well, yeah, because she has to go with the protagonist now because we're back in the forward timeline and we can't go forward faster. We can only
Right.
go back.
What the
So
fuck?
there's
Did
two
she
over
kill
there
herself?
now. No, I'm guessing that like basically her sacrifice is that her son gets a mother without the horrible father, even though she doesn't get to be the mother.
What do all those people do that went back though to that moment?
I think it's like one of those
'Cause
things like
they're
the protagonist
existing
where it's just
together
like
now.
if you do this, like you're basically like ostracizing yourself from like normal society because you've disengaged from the normal timeline. Like if you go
It seems
back,
like a huge problem moving forward, though. That they
yeah,
they just created doubles of all these people.
Yeah, they've established if you touch yourself, you all go to hell. And the fact that, well, you know, but no, it's like if you touch yourself, the universe just explodes. Like apparently,
If you
like,
touch yourself, you go to hell. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, if you touch yourself, if you give yourself the old handy J, then the fucking entire universe ends apparently. So yeah, they just basically made it a bunch of like paradoxes where like you have to be on the opposite side of this world because yeah, there's no way back. Like once you go backwards, that's it. Like you can't like sit in a fucking like freeze chamber for fucking 2 days and go to the future because the whole fucking timeline's move at the same pace as you know.
Yeah, they really didn't wrap that up well. It wasn't neatly put together at the end at all.
Yeah, basically, if you go back in time, like you say goodbye to your family, your fucking house, your social security number, all that shit's gone because someone else is using it now.
Right. The fuck? Like, how do you... Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe they
And
went
then
back in
also-
time and developed alternate identities for themselves, too?
Yeah, and also because the problem is because it creates a time loop because you go forward to come back, and then you go forward, and then another version of yourself has gone back. That no, I guess no, you're fine. Okay, I just like get a. I need Matt.
Well, you'll get to a certain point where, I guess, where you get to take
Yeah.
back over your life, but...
Yeah, basically, like as far as you go back, you need to wait in like holding that long, and then once
Well, thank
this
God it
version
wasn't,
of
like,
yourself goes
years,
then
I
you can go
guess.
forward. Yeah, I guess I can stay in a fucking bunker for 3 days while myself.
How far
is
did
out
they
there
get? They
running
never touch on how far they went back, either.
I think 2 days.
Like,
is
that
what they
moment...
said.
So
Like,
that
it's-
moment where she gave him the best day of his life was a couple days ago, and then all this happened?
Yes, yeah.
The fuck, dude. All right, well, round 6 is cinematic what the fuck moment. The folding Paris streets versus reverse entropy war scene.
I mean,
I
if the-
like the Paris streets better.
Yeah, but if the question is what the fuck, I mean, I would probably say the reverse entropy fucking fight scenes because that's just my brain trying to fucking find some kind of like fingernail crack to fucking hold on to have a point of reference of what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I definitely didn't really say what the fuck during the Paris part. It was really cool to see.
Nah. That's like, ooh,
Def-
neat, like, kind of a thing. But yeah, there's
Yeah.
definitely a couple of like you said, like the RPG hitting the building in reverse and forward time of just my brain trying to comprehend the fucking physics and logistics of that. Yeah, I would say there's definitely kind of more what the fuck moments in Tenet, even though.
Yeah, I
not
guess this is
necessarily
going to be one of
comprehension.
Tenet's few tens because I said what the fuck a lot in this
Yeah.
movie. And I never got an answer to my what the fucks.
Yeah, yeah. I really didn't-
Inception, there are what the fuck parts though. I mean, if
Yeah.
I'm not just going off the Paris scene, like, you know, like the figuring out how to
mirror.
jump back through. I don't know. I'd give an 8 to Inception, I guess.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Easier to grasp. There is still confusing parts, but my God, like the it pales in comparison to Tenet. Like,
Yeah.
it made Inception so much easier to understand watching Tenet.
Yeah, it's like watching Inception because I watched Tenet first and Inception. That's like fucking running with weights off that. Like I understand
Yes,
everything. Going on now.
exactly. All right, round 7 is score and sound design. We got Zimmer's iconic Brahm or Ludwig Göransson's reversed beats, which are pretty
You know
cool,
what?
but honestly,
I honestly have a bit of a vendetta against fucking Inception because
against
of
the Brahm.
Yeah, just because of how fucking much it has become like the default fucking soundtrack to things now. Like,
Yeah.
if I go to one more fucking movie and see one more intro that starts off with like lights go up, boom, just like, that's gonna be the whole fucking movie now. Cool, got it, yeah.
You could put that on War of the Worlds also, though. Tom Cruise's War of the
Yeah.
Worlds.
Yeah, but okay, at least though that was a diegetic sound where it's like that's the sound these things make.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, this is just like, yeah, here's some fucking ambience. Like what? What are they saying?
I just like to picture a dude making that exact face in a sound booth.
Yeah, it's like bass turned all the way down, distortion all the way up, and shit. It's like I can go make. I have a bass guitar upstairs. I can make the entire Inception soundtrack right now.
Yeah, when I did notice the backwards beats in Tenet, it sounded really cool.
Yeah, it's like,
Or even just
oh,
some
what the
sound
fuck?
effects
Like,
randomly played backwards was really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
So the amount of thought put into Tenet is insane, and I wish I could comprehend more of it because.
Well, and imagine being that composer and composing an entire backwards song that's going to sound good. Because it's not just playing a song backwards, the sound is backward, which is a really cool effect hearing a note come from the finish to the beginning.
Start. Like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I'd give it, that was really ingenious of them for Tenet. I'd give a 10 to Tenet. I've got to give an 8 or a 9 to Inception, though, because that was...
I'll knock it down to an 8 out of spite.
Okay, I'll take it.
Because, god damn it, it's like, yeah, cool, like, it's in the hands of the master, it's, like, really effective and cool, but, like, it's just like a fucking child with a fucking slide whistle nowadays, man. It's fucking everywhere.
Yeah. And we've talked about it in previous episodes that it kind of killed scores for movies.
Mm-hmm.
Though James Gunn is bringing it back, so...
James Gunn understands how much of the soundtrack affects a movie.
Yes, yes. Round 8 is going to be rewatch value. Which one rewards the rewatch more?
I mean, I've only seen Tenet the once, so can't really speak to that, but...
Well, I have seen it several times. And what I'm going to say is Jess has seen neither of these movies and wants to watch at least one of them with me. And when I decide which one we're going to watch, we're watching Inception. I'm not even going to try to do Tenet with her.
No, like Inception. One of those things that someone says, like, "You want to watch Inception?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, I can watch Inception right now. That'd be cool."
Let me go smoke.
Yeah, but let me just go hit this joint real quick. Yeah, I'll sit down and watch some Inception. And go, whoa. But like Tenet, I feel like I have to like warn people first. Like okay, we're gonna have to sit down and walk into this. Everyone pay the fuck attention because if you fucking blink, you're gonna miss something.
Yeah. Starting a movie with "you're not gonna get it this time" is shitty. Like I don't like you're barely gonna get it. Maybe the 5th time you'll start piecing a few things together and it still won't quite make sense. Inception, you at least get a lot of the kind of mind-blowing, twisty stuff the first time through, and you're like, wow, okay.
And it does very much have that like a kind of a Fight Club second viewing. You definitely get like a different flavor out of it than your first time through it.
But you're getting little tidbits of things. You're like, oh, because you know the ending, like now that makes sense. Tenet kind of has that, but most of the time you're picking up key plot points the second or third time you're watching it, which is horse shit.
Yeah, and Tenet basically like temporally ends in the middle of the movie. Like it's just weird. Like it's
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's necessarily rewarding to rewatch Tenet. It kind of just pisses you off more when you're like, I should have been able to understand that the first time because it's important.
Yeah, no, we definitely need like a Basil exposition, like fucking this in a fucking Tenet a bit more. Like scientist lady needs to show up like at least like 3 or 4 more times to fucking just like look directly at the camera and explain what the fuck just happened.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they could have really benefited from dumbing that down a bit. I don't think Nolan would have wanted to hear that at all, but somebody needed to fucking tell him that.
You know what might actually be a really interesting watch would be the director's commentary on Tenet.
Do they still do that?
I don't know. Is there one? Because that actually might be fucking worth I know
The whole
sometimes,
movie,
yeah.
the whole movie is just Nolan sitting there in silence while somebody in the corner goes, I don't get that part." And he's like, "Well, then you're fucking dumb." That's the whole director's commentary. Are you looking up if there's a director's version? Okay.
No, but there was just a fucking video of like Christopher Nolan just explaining it apparently, which I might go watch later.
How long is that?
Let me see here. Where was it?
It's like fucking 4 hours long. It's longer than the fucking movie.
Yeah, it's not telling me here.
By the end of the video, it's just Nolan with his hair pulled up, just like, okay, I don't get it either.
It doesn't say how long it is on here. It's just got some quotes from him and shit, but, oh, wait. Is it just a fucking... Oh, this is like a TikTok. Hell no.
Yeah, not enough. No fucking chance.
Yeah, no. There is not even the longest TikTok can explain what the fuck that was. Anyways.
All right, well, round 9 should be fairly straightforward because it's clarity of plot. Both are supposed to be kind of hard to figure out, but, yeah, like I said, doesn't hold a fucking candle to Tenet.
No, I mean, yeah, like, at the end, you watched Inception twice, you got the story, you know the beginning, middle, and end, like, all the plot points are explained, all the eccentricities are explained. Tenet, I have so many fucking questions still. Like, what the fuck is backwards air? Backwards air, what the fuck is that? What happens if I breathe backwards air? Like,
Backwards fire makes
lungs?
cold now?
Yeah. Which, again, is never touched on again. They just do that once. Like, I don't know. Which
Well,
also
here's
then
my thing. You take all the
theoretically-
confusing elements of reverse entropy out. You take all the confusing elements of how time works. The plot kind of is lacking in a lot of parts. They try to jump around and establish a bunch of shit that he didn't need.
It's bad guy has MacGuffin, get MacGuffin from bad guy before bad guy uses MacGuffin to blow up world. I mean, it is like the biggest... It feels like James Bond script that somebody ate a bunch of mushrooms and re-edited.
Yeah. Like, he's not only walking through time, he's walking into scenes, and they're just happening. Like, it's not building anything, really. Like, the whole side thing with the India... when they're in India and they meet the arms dealer lady, or whatever she is... It's just so fucking unnecessary, and they don't even try hard at all to, like, establish who she is, like, why she's important. She's just like, I'm gonna say some stuff now. And then she says some stuff.
I mean, they're trying to give her exposition, but she's expositing the wrong things, and I feel like we could have just jumped to Michael Caine and gotten the same fucking bit of information, but we had to do reverse bungee jumping. So...
Yeah, that's why. So when you strip away all the confusing part and you're just focusing on, like, okay, now we're here, now we're here, now we're here, now we're here, like, it pisses me off. So, like I said, I'm giving a fucking 3 to Tenet, because when you strip away the most confusing parts of Inception, which isn't a super lot, it's still a really good story.
Yeah, it's a good heist movie with, like, some emotional stakes in it and stuff like that. And yeah, people always go like, "Oh, Inception was so confusing," and it's like, I lose a little bit of faith in humanity if you didn't understand Inception.
Right. Oh, and I'm not gonna lie, it did, like, second watch through was beneficial to me for sure. You get a lot of stuff, but like I said, the story's just better. That bomb they drop at the end, that the only Inception that's ever been done is the one that killed his wife. It was kind of like, kind of in your face that's what happened the whole movie, but you don't get it until he says it, and it's just like a bomb dropped on you. And they did it well.
And even to this day, the question of, like, was it all a dream? Like, is any of this actually happening? Like, yeah, it's insane.
Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of those ambiguous endings, but it's a good movie. If Tenet had done that, I would burn the fucking movie, like, in a waste barrel. I'd go buy a physical copy and light it on fire, because you don't deserve that. All right, final round. Round 10. Final scene punch. We're just talking about that. The spinning top versus the handshake and a wink between John David Washington and Robert Pattinson.
I mean, it's still like that final thing with Robert Pattinson. I was like, oh, he's the guy in the cage. It took me so fucking long to, like, realize that. Like, until he was, like, walking away. Like, even though they're talking about the whole thing. And, like, I mean, I guess I didn't, like, he was a good character, but, like, because the protagonist is such a fucking lifeless block of concrete when it comes to, like, his emotions, I didn't, like, he didn't even seem sad. Like, it's like, well, I'm gonna go essentially kill myself right now. I was like, oh, that's not cool. That kind of sucks. He's like, oh, well, you're gonna hang out with me tomorrow, anyways, because like you're gonna go recruit me later. He's like, oh, cool. Like it's kind of like the vibe at the end of it. Where it's just like, so yeah, you're dying to you, but to me, we're gonna go have this really cool adventure. And he's like, all right. And we're like, that's the message. That's the flavor you want to leave us with is noble suicide. And the other guy kind of goes neat, like.
Well, and I think, like you said, the fact that to this day people are still talking about the end of Inception, like what it means, and honestly, just the weight of him finally seeing his kid's face. That might be a little biased here because I have children, but I don't know. I felt like a lot weighted to me. It is a cool moment seeing him realize he's the one that started Tenet, but it didn't carry the same weight.
Yeah, now if like we'd seen him like maybe an older version of himself or something like standing atop a hill looking at a distance or something like something, but it's just like you're in the future, you're in charge of all this.
Right.
Cool.
Just one more time, just saying some stuff. Here's some stuff. That's cool. Inception I think blows it out of the water as far as tying a bow on it because it builds to that moment much more effectively.
Yeah, because you've seen him like his self-denial of like even this pleasant memory of his children is like this like kind of like fucking way of punishing himself for doing this thing. Like it's like no, I don't even deserve to see their faces because I fucking abandoned them and ran away.
Right.
Yeah, and then like at the end it's like, is this a dream? He's like, I don't fucking care. I'm happy. It's a dream. Fuck it. Like
exactly.
The fucking thing behind that could tell him if it's a dream or not. So
like you said, Tenet is just wrapped up basically by going cool.
Yeah. Well, ain't that neat? See.
Tight. All right, well, have fun dying. I gotta go start Tenet.
Yeah, I guess I gotta go be a badass. See you later.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna go 10 and
like a 6. I want to say.
Yeah.
It's kind of ending like all the cool shit's in the middle.
All right. Well, it's gonna be pretty straightforward, but you want to run through Easter eggs page?
Yeah, let's run through Inception first. So yeah, the rotating hallway fight scene was done practical effects using a giant rotating set, which always just reminds me of Dancing on the Ceiling and Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo, which had similar effects in it. Hans Zimmer used slow down version of the non-Jinan Rian as a structural motif for the score, which is like I know the like unofficial like song for the French Foreign Legions, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The only time I've heard it is Madagascar 3 when like the fucking like head of like animal like control like uses it to like resurrect her fucking like minions from their like comatose state after like the animals fucked them up so badly. Which but yeah, it's basically just like this woman singing like don't have any regrets, like Rianne, like you're doing the correct thing even though you've left me.
Right.
Let's see. Cobb's team parallels a film crew, Cobb director, Arthur producer, Adrien production designer, Eames actor, Fisher audience. Nolan pitched the concept as a horror film for shifting to heist thriller, and holy shit some threads of that got left on Mal.
That actress
like, Jesus
too
Christ.
has that fucking look in her eye too, man.
Yeah, it's like that thing where like The Office where like Dwight and Angela are standing next to each other. It's like Jesus, like the entire fucking time.
You know what else? She appears in like the correct clothing for wherever they're at too, which makes it even scarier. That
exactly, yeah. Like in the combat thing, she's in like fatigues and shit.
Yeah.
Like in the nice town in Paris, she's like in Parisian fashion and shit.
Right.
Nolan did that, and most of the visual effects were done in camera without heavy CGI reliance. Yeah, because I think like the only big CGI things are like distant shots of, like the mountains and the avalanches and stuff, and like when the city bends. But I think a lot of it beyond that is like practical, like all the explosions and stuff were done in real time.
Yeah, super fucking. It really showed too. It was really cool.
Well, that just goes back to my thing where I feel like all movies should be like 95% practical, and then you fucking paint the flaws with fucking digital shit. Like, if you go back to, like, movies in, like, 2000s, like, Paycheck and shit like that, and it's just, like, you see the fucking, like, bad CGI explosions and, like, hyper shiny like 3D models and shit like that. It's just like, no, this will always age badly and like will look bad 5 years after you make it. Just fucking make a goddamn model. Yeah, so Tenet, the protagonist has no given name, emphasizing the theme of anonymity in the espionage.
And emphasizing how much Christopher Nolan didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, just like, what's the character's name? And then we'll fucking fill it in later. It's right, protagonist.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, the time version is actually filmed twice, once forward, once backward, and then merged, which, yeah, like I said, was all kind of composited, which, like I said, I think kind of added to the clusterfuck of this movie. If they could have somehow done it a little more practically, like with choreography, I think it could have followed it a bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it looked a little cool, but it wasn't as it was nowhere near as cool as the things they did in Inception.
No, they thought it was a lot cooler than it was.
Right.
Nolan's been working on the time version concept for over a decade, and yeah, he definitely put a lot of thought into this. I can definitely see that. It just didn't all gel the way I think he envisioned it.
I mean, I'm certain it's flushed out in his head, but he did a shit job of putting it out there for everybody.
Yeah. Well, this is one of those things, I think, like, if you left him alone in a cave for 20 years, he could probably come out with something like this that's fairly coherent. But because it has to go through so many filters of, like, production and fucking producers and, like, filtering through the actors, and they have to understand what's going on, and then, like, something got lost.
Yeah, maybe if they made a 2-season HBO series about it, they could have.
Yeah. Like, just, like, give us, like, 2 or 3 episodes just to understand the fucking rules, and then fucking let us go. But, yeah, and then, yeah, to speak to that, Michael Caine was only given his own script pages and admitted he didn't understand the plot. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And then, yeah, the Opera Siege scene is filmed with hundreds of extras and practical effects, which, yet again, practical effects, always better than CGI. Like even fucking Star Wars.
Yes, I keep thinking of Star Wars when you keep saying that.
Yeah. Well, okay, like, I'll give you an example. Like, most of Star Wars is like shit, but like, in the prequels, because the CGI doesn't age well. But there's this thing that they did with the fucking the pod racers. Like, the stadiums, like, like, there's all, like, the moving characters and shit. It's like little details of the difference. It's like, you see the pod racers come in the middle, and there's like stadiums kind of in the background. They're all practical. And all the little characters that were in them were matches hung on a piece of, like, mesh angled down, and then a fan was put underneath them to make it go, woo!
That's fucking crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, shit like that. Like, that'll always look good. But, like, fucking you put CGI job on something, and now he looks like a fucking, like, refrigerated turd sliding across the screen.
Or the little floaty bug guy that keeps Anakin. Yeah, he looks pretty bad, too.
Yeah.
All right, well, to no surprise, the winner is Inception, but what might be surprising is it was only 6-4 for Inception. But, it seems to be a common theme here. We find a way to give props to, like I said, everybody on social media was like, obviously, the answer is Inception. Which, maybe, but you might be surprised at what things you could say Tenet did better than Inception when you really break it down.
Yeah.
But with that, we're going to move on to what we're doing next week. We're going to spin the wheel. We each have some vetoes. What'd you say?
It's been a while since we spun the wheel.
Yeah. All right. Wheel decides which wheel we're going to spin, decides the genre, which is going to be sci-fi.
All right.
Let's see what we got. Sci-fi wheel. All right. There's a chance.
No.
Not too shabby. Constantine versus Blade.
All right, I can get out on that.
Feeling it? I'm feeling it. If you want to use your veto, it won't hurt my feelings, though.
No, I can get into this. This will be a nice, simple, turn my brain off one. I can do this. I can do some jokes, and I can not, have a bloody nose trying to comprehend the forward and backwards and everything.
100%. And I love Constantine. It's one of my favorite movies, so I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible. And I've been meaning to rewatch Blade for a minute.
Apparently, they are working on Constantine 2 right now.
I know. I've been waiting on it forever, and they just, like, actually reputable sources started saying that it's happening now. Keanu Reeves said it on a Tonight Show somewhere, said that it is happening, so now I believe it. But
now, the question is, will we get a Shia LaBeouf cameo in the second one?
I hope so.
He's a crazy motherfucker, but I do enjoy him.
Yeah, he is. He's a great actor. But also, my question is, are they going to make it part of the DCU? Is it going to be... James Gunn's Constantine? I hope not.
Yeah, no. James Gunn does a lot of things well. He doesn't need to touch this. We need like fucking like Terry Pratchett or Neil Gaiman or something to come in and fucking head this shit.
If they're going to make it appropriate for the DC, there are some things they need to change because there are things from the comics that are better than what they did in the movie for sure.
No, I mean, like, they did the Sandman pretty good. And fucking
that was great. I still haven't finished the newest season, but I really liked that with the Robert Pattinson knockoff.
I was watching it with my friend, and then we were about to get to the diner episode. And, like where the guy with the lie, like the amulet turns off lies.
What?
Are you not thinking of the same thing?
Are you talking about the Netflix show?
Yeah, Sandman. Yeah,
okay.
like, there's this one point where like the guy has like the Sandman's like ruby.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and like he goes into like he turns lies off for the world and like shit gets
right.
Yeah, I know that one's next, and I read the comics like years ago. So.
Oh, I've never read them.
Oh, so worth it. Like so fucked.
I didn't know it was comics. I knew it was a book. I didn't know there was actual comics.
Dude, no, like look up, just like type in right now.
Isn't the book?
No, just type in Sandman comic book. It's such a fucked up dark series, but it's got such beautiful art.
Oh, I thought it was Neil Gaiman. Is it a comic by Neil Gaiman?
It is a comic by Neil Gaiman.
Oh hell yes, dude!
Dude, read the whole thing, man. It's fucking like dark and fucked up and beautiful.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
Dude,
yeah, I'm definitely
so
gonna check that out. I just finished Daredevil collection. So
yeah, I think there's like I know there's like more to it, but there's like it's like the story's broken into like two main halves, and like I think there's like omnibuses for like both of them.
Sweet. Yeah, no, that show's dope. I really like the episode with the guy that he gave him immortality to and meets up with throughout time to see if he still wants to stay alive. And every time he's like, "This is fucking sick." And even when shit sucks, it's really cool. When shit sucks, and he's like, "You still want it?" He's like, "Yeah, no, it's beautiful."
Yeah, the whole thing with like his sister death and all that. Yeah, no, it's a great fucking.
Same kind of vibe as Constantine, but Constantine in the comics is a lot more witty.
Well, Constantine is in the Sandman comic.
Excuse me?
Yeah, the Sandman is canon within the DC universe. He's one of the Endless.
Oh my god, like, yes, I have to read this now.
There's literally a point where, because part of the plot is like him getting his dream implements back, and one of them is like he goes to Constantine because Constantine knows about like dark magical shit.
Fuck yes, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Dude, that's so good.
Definitely,
it's like one of my favorite comics ever.
Hope it's on Amazon, but I'm definitely going to get that.
Oh, I am sure it is.
Alright, guys. Well, winter is Inception. Next week we will be doing Constantine versus Blade. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the delay. And, get in the comments. Let us know how dumb we are for not understanding Tenet.
Yeah, someone please explain it to us. Yeah, please. Like if you read like a 4-paragraph essay about what is happening here and how this makes sense, I will read it and I will talk about it in the next episode.
Yeah, we will shout you out specifically and clip it and try to make it viral if you can do that for us.
Yeah. I think everyone's wondering what the fuck happened in Tenet, still to this day.
But remember to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yep. Yeah, we're getting more followers, and they're growing faster than when we started, so seem to be doing something right.
And people keep ripping us off, so that's got to mean we're doing something right.
Yeah, well, imitation is a serious form of flattery, so.
That's right. All right, well, I am Devin Vestal.
I'm Nick Nye.
And we'll catch you next time.
See ya.